All right, we're on. All right, how's everyone doing?
Lovely.
Good.
I'm alive.
Woo!
I had
Barely.
some caffeine.
I would be better if I had my notes.
But you don't.
Oh no.
So here we are.
I brought the wrong notebook.
Yeah,
Oh no.
so
Dude,
you
I
can
had
make
like
it up
8
from memory.
pages.
I was gonna say, didn't you write like a shit ton of notes too?
Okay.
I literally have no notes ever.
No, so what I was doing last week was I was transferring all my notes into journal entries or like letters.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. But I forgot my notebook. I brought the wrong one because they were the same color.
You have more than one
perfect.
notebook.
Dude.
Perfect segue.
No. Cool.
Who wants to do a recap? Or I can.
Maggie just listened to it, so why not have her do it?
I don't feel like that's. I had to do a little bit of jumping forward in order to be done before we even started this. So.
I do like the idea of Chelsea trying without her notes.
I mean.
We fought that wasn't the one where we fought the giant centipede, right?
Yes, you did.
Oh man. Oh fuck.
Time jump.
I don't think I can do it. There's like, I know we fought the giant centipede, and then everything just jumps to where we got right into where we got there, and that's it. Everything in between is just like non-existent.
Fair enough.
So I just remember so Riley like bravely and wrongly solved the ice cage, and then there was a centipede, and I got swallowed and hacked up like a fur ball. I remember that happened.
Right.
Yeah. Then I got you out.
Yeah.
There was something about the river after it melted. There was a sucking from the river that I remember.
Whoa.
I wrote it down. But I gave you like
the suck. That's what I remember.
Oh my.
Yeah, Gail got sucked a little bit.
Wow.
Yep. Awkward. So anyway, yeah, you wrongly solved the riddle, killed the Remoraz, talked to Enid Grasla, who was the dark elf that was in the cave with you, who pointed you in the direction of Windermere. She had been put on a pilgrimage of sorts by one Master Redfeather. And Maggie, this would be of particular interest to you. After some questioning, it came to light that Master Redfeather was one Kieran Elderwin.
I did catch that part.
Okay. So Enid had been sent to the cave to retrieve a religious text and a map, which she gave to you to return to Master Redfeather. The map was very creepy and ominous. Had a bunch of ravings. And you parted ways and headed on to Windermere. Amongst the crazy things that Enid said, things about Demon Kings reigning, Igniltith, answering to the wind and to the strong, and that the next Fithria, strong winds would blow and give rise to Igniltith's children. So Enid was obviously deranged and a little bit crazy, but gave you some information. You headed on your way to Windermere, got to Windermere, stopped at a Tower of Istis, at which point you talked to some of the monks of Istis, saw one brutally old person.
You said severely.
Yes, severely. Yes, it was severely old.
Yeah.
The Gale played with a little astrolabe type thing.
Oh, that's right.
At
Which
which
is
point
inaccurately.
which you learned was useless at this time because it needed to be retooled to follow the new path of the moons and stars. And
so it sucks now too.
Yeah. Gale did a whole
It
lot of
also
stuff.
gave you the suck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure some other stuff happened, but
I got it from here, boss, if that's cool.
Yeah, go for it.
So as we were about to enter Windermere, a lot of people were like looking at us funny and like whispering and what have you, and me, without my other cleric buddy to keep me in check, I got a little aggressive and started yelling at everyone like, "What the fuck are you looking at? You got a problem? What's up?"
I thought that the second that I heard it, I was like, oh, I wish I was there.
However, it did come in handy. It turns out that we are still wanted. Like, the wanted posters are still hanging up. So we all disguised ourselves in various ways, so we wouldn't get noticed. But yeah, because we were on the outskirts, like the poorer part of Windermere. So we ended up giving him like 10 gold pieces or something like that, for letting us know. And he said, I can't remember his name.
It's Bilthan.
Oh, right, Bilthan. But
Yeah, from the dregs.
he said, if we ever needed anything to let him know. But we ended right as we had all just disguised ourselves, and we were about to enter. So
Got it.
And the black dragon stones started to glow and get warm.
Great.
Which was in my frickin' notes,
Missed that part.
as well as the directions to the main Tower of Istis. Also, something. We'll find where we need to go, where the deadest part of Windermere is what is coming to mind, and I don't remember what that's in relevance to.
Don't we have? I think we have to plant those seeds that were in my letter from Varen.
Right, I was gonna say, isn't that from Matt's letter?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cough.
The spot of Windermere that has seen the most death, or something along those lines.
Right.
Yeah, take these seeds when you arrive in Windermere, plant them in the spot most corrupted by death. Pray to Alona that they may grow into a beacon. Do this, and maybe our lands will once again be verdant and bountiful.
That's not how you spell started. Cool.
Yeah, so just to give you some ideas of what you have to do in Windermere. So you have those seeds that you can plant, or you don't have to plant those. You have the main Tower of Istis, where you hope to go find brother, one of the brothers, Vestim, brother Vestim.
Can you spell that?
That had Vestim. He's the monk that left Duncaster for Windermere because he was worried about the War of the Gods. You have also got the Adventurers Guild headquarters. here in Windermere.
With bladders, isn't that right? Or is
Yes, with bladders and Tyrionius Extacles.
you
Was
know I'm
one
gonna
of
call
the
him Testicles,
items for
right?
Slyborn here as well? Was the staff of Eglain or the holy symbol of Tiamat here, or was that a different city?
You don't know that, but it is believed that it would probably be be one here.
Okay.
And then you also have Kieran Elderwin, aka Master Redfeather. So you have a few different options here in town. It's a big city, very densely populated, very large. Probably the biggest city you've been in.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well,
So you
I
stand
mean,
at the
oh, go ahead.
You stand at the gates. The black dragon stone is glowing softly and beginning to get warm.
Who's holding on to that?
I believe I probably still have it.
Yeah, it's been Dakoth as far as I know.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was him or Gale.
Do we have
I
any
don't
idea
think
what
I've had
that
it for a while.
means? We weren't expecting that to happen for any reason.
No, I don't
Can
believe
we
we
like
were.
communicate with him through the stone?
We have, but the last time that we did, he basically said that tapped his energy to go and, save the body of our previous guild master from being like constantly
Right, but
corrupted
that
and
was
flamed.
like at least 3 days ago.
Yeah,
at the
it's
very
been
It was
least.
days ago. Yeah, so I wonder if that means maybe he's trying to call us. Maybe
I was
that's
gonna say,
the old
is he
equivalent of a
texting us right
vibration
now?
or something. We might be
Pick
getting a
up the
text.
fucking phone. Don't be rude. Pick up the phone.
So I remember it glows if you throw it in fire, but I don't think it's been there recently. So
I mean, does
Well,
it
we-
glow
Fire.
if we're near one of those objects that we're supposed to be getting
I
for
wonder if
him?
he's
I'm
letting
still
us know
not
that
sure
he
we
might
should
know
be getting
something.
for him.
I imagine that alley where we kind of changed and talked to that dude, like as long as we're in the dregs, I would imagine that if I'm feeling that kind of, get warm and doing any sort of thing, I'd let everybody know so that we can try to see if we can figure out what the hell is going on if we're getting a cell phone call or something here. So maybe step off to the side and kind of, I don't know, fiddle with the egg. I can't remember how I set it off last time to talk to him. I think I just basically said like Slyborn's name or something like, "Hey, what up, dude?"
Yo, what up?
So yeah, if you grab the stone, remember it's a perfectly spherical black stone, about a foot in diameter. It is warm to the touch, so it's obviously a little warmer than the ambient temperature, which is somewhere in the 90s. It's not uncomfortable, but it's clearly warm, and it just has a very faint purplish glow to it, pulsing very slowly. As you look into it, the glow starts to sort of swirl over the surface of the stone, and Dakoth, since you're the one holding it, you hear in your mind a reverberating voice that sounds familiar. It says, "I have recovered since last we spoke. Our time here is short at present, but I sense you nearing one of the artifacts, friends. Be wary as you move forward in your quest." So you have a sort of psychic link with him, so if you would like to speak with him.
Yeah, first and foremost, I'm glad that you're able to communicate with us again. We keep coming across more and more darkness. We've just arrived in Windermere, and it sounds like from what you're saying, we can expect to find either the staff or the symbol here. Do you have any idea which might be here, where it could be, anything that could help us find this for you, Slyborn?
I do sense that the staff is near.
Okay.
It is north of where you stand. Very near.
Right. Well, that's certainly helpful, so that we can try to help you. I will go ahead and, I don't know, basically put him on hold and talk to the rest of the group real quick and go, hey, Slyborn's up and running again. He seems to have rested. I've asked him about the artifacts. He says that the staff of Eglain is actually in this town, so we can add that to the list of all the crap we need to do here in Windermere. Anybody have any questions? Anybody want to ask anything of Slyborn? Talk to him?
Do you have any idea, any idea where it could possibly be? I know he said north, and that's a lot to ask, but like this is a big fucking town.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, like, are there any like landmarks that he sees that it could possibly be near?
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Does Slyborn hear just because of the proximity, or is it only kind of me because I'm in contact with the stone or whatever?
Yeah, he can he can sort of hear reverberations of the people around you.
Okay, cool.
He says, I do not see where you are. I only feel the presence. I can tell you.
Do you feel a landmark?
I can tell you. And I suspect the staff is in the possession of someone in the House of Baylor.
Well, I imagine the stone itself reacted to you wanting to talk to us. If we get closer to the staff, can you try to reach out to us again so that we know if we're within the proximity?
That is why our time is short. I need to conserve the energy of the stone and the energy in my soul so that I can act as a beacon for you. The closer you get to the staff, the faster the glow will pulsate on the orb.
Perfect. That'll give us something to work with so that we can try to find this. Excellent. Well, I don't want you to, use any more energy. Then we'll commit it towards that, unless there's anything else you want to let us know.
I have been asleep for days, not learned much.
Well,
is there anything else you need from me?
I think we're good for now. We've got plenty to do in this town, and we'll see about finding that staff for you. So rest and just give us direction the way that you can.
Stay safe, friends.
Thank you, Slyborn. Thank you, Dragon Daddy.
Friends.
Dragon Daddy.
Dragon Daddy. That's
Dragon
what every
Daddy?
guy wants to be called, is Dragon Daddy.
Oh my god.
I know Ryan likes that. Ryan, she's gonna start calling you Dragon Daddy. I hope you thank me for that.
It's okay. I'm Blunt Lord 420 in his phone, so.
What the fuck? You guys are the weirdest goddamn.
Yeah, but tell me we're not perfect for each other.
Oh, I adore you too. Like, what the? Get a hot dog. We've already been over this. Come on,
Okay, but if we do that, you specifically are getting a video.
DM.
I'm not sure if I'm happy or sad about that thought.
Gross.
Low column A, low column B.
Gross fake moans and everything. Yeah, just like that.
Call him Dragon Daddy while he puts the hot dog in.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm really grossed out now. Ew.
Sure.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah, I'm super grossed out right now.
And still no
Gross
X
out.
cards.
Wink.
Yeah, and still no X cards.
So grossed out right now.
Oh, shenanigans.
Please fucking kill me.
Uh,
Oh my god.
Anyway,
so yeah, we're ready to go then, Mike. I think we can start heading to the city
Guys,
now.
I've been drinking. This is what's happening.
It's good. I will say though, once Slyborn hangs up and lets us know that he'll text us later, I will let everybody know we may want to find some sort of local tavern or something so we can sit and discuss our next what we want to do next, unless we want to decide that now because we have a lot to do in Windermere.
Lyra,
go to a
who has
tavern.
probably been
Yeah,
really
I'm
quiet, is like,
follow
let's
you.
drink.
So yeah,
wanna-
definitely a tavern.
And Riley's just like, I just want to sit. My back hurts.
Well, we haven't traveled in a long time. Let's find a tavern and arrange our our lodgings because we probably won't be here just like a day, and we can all get a drink and we can discuss the clusterfuck that is the world right now.
Cluster cuss.
Yep, the what is it? Celestial
fuckery.
Celestial fuckery.
Which has
Okay.
made its way into my journal entries.
Perfect.
So, I am going to zoom out here on the Windermere map.
Oh, thank God.
And I am going to point Lyra in the direction of Kieran's Curios.
I am not seeing anything.
Got it.
Just
Hold on.
FYI.
Did you not light her up?
We should
Oh.
need vision on this map.
You know. Yeah, but even still, sometimes like when we first started, I wasn't able to see.
She has sight.
Hey Maggie, get your shit together.
I'm working on it.
Get it all together.
Okay, I'm good. I don't know. I don't know what's just
What
happening.
is going on? Is that
But
a
I'm good
wiener?
now.
I mean, I wasn't intending it to be a wiener, but now I can't figure out how to get rid of things I've drawn. I knew I could before, and I'm like, I can't figure it out. So good. Oh, nope. Now I just drew a little box. Hey, there we go.
Clear
The
drawing.
Empire
Oh
is
my
activated.
Gets
goodness.
rid of all of them, but
That's totally fine. I was like, ooh, I could draw freehand, and then I was a fuck up. There we go. That's not me.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm drawing too, but not
Oh,
as good as yours.
Whoa.
so there's some
Colors.
serious waves coming off of that place. I assume that's the tavern bar of which
No,
you
that
mentioned
is,
the name of.
that is Kieran's Curios.
Should I write that down?
which-
Is that important for me to write down?
It's important for
That is-
I
Lyra.
got it.
That is Lyra.
Can you spell
Yeah,
that for me?
The
I'm
tavern
terrible
known
at
as
spelling.
Ye Olde Drunk is a little bit further down the street.
And I like know where that is. Like I wouldn't need to ask around about that. I would know exactly where to go.
The Kieran's Curios.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would know where that is. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Is that because of
So
where you grew up?
I grew up in Duncaster, actually.
Well, yeah,
But I've been around.
like,
Oh, yeah, kind of.
for sure.
So
I don't know who all
really,
knows that of your backstory.
Everybody should know. I grew up in a brothel. Guys, I really, really, really want to go to a bar and drink right now. But instead, I think I need to go and find my father.
How about a
Oh.
drink before you do that?
Let's do that.
Okay. Yep.
Are you
Yeah.
are you going back to the whorehouse of your origins?
The whorehouse of my origins is in Duncaster. My father just spent a lot of time in that whorehouse, hence how he
Ooh.
became my father.
Oh.
Let's go to the and get some drinks. Figure everything out. Who's going with whom? I don't know if that's right. To where?
Given the fact that we're wanted people, yeah, we probably shouldn't let anybody go off solo. So if you are going to go looking for your father, you shouldn't be the only one to go. I hope that's okay,
Got
given
back,
your
homie.
personal quest there.
No, I really, 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 really don't want to go, and I definitely don't want to go alone because I might kill him. I don't know.
Well, then that'll be one more conversational piece for a tavern. Let's
All right,
get
homie.
everybody there.
You know I got your back, and I'm gonna follow you wherever you go. You know
Okay.
that.
Let's find
Good.
ourselves an inn with a tavern. I don't know how many of those the city might have, considering how big it is.
So there's literally hundreds.
Yeah.
Um,
What's the nearest one, I guess, to us coming in the gates that isn't a total shithole?
Wait, it's not the one we. That's not what we circled a million times. What I circled a million times.
no.
Fuck my balls. Okay.
Yeah, that only matters to Lyra, that particular name of an establishment.
Although we might want to keep an eye out for the type of place where everyone just kind of keeps to themselves, because
True. Like, I mean, I don't know if once we get inside of this, inside of the city, if there's still some kind of seedier places that are equivalent to the dregs. But maybe as soon as we come in, we just look for
There
some kind of
probably
shady
are.
looking place.
I mean, if we find a tavern that's like kind of like poppin', we won't be bothered. Like,
Well,
make
either
sense?
poppin' or either poppin' or the exact opposite, like a total like.
CD, quiet. Bleh.
I mean,
yeah,
if there's
what-
like, a place where there's bounty hunters hanging out, people who might keep an eye on wanted posters.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
We
also
prob-
to be concerned about. But anything that seems like it's of the quality of the dregs, we can make sure to kind of mention, hey, actually,
That's
talk
right.
to our boy Bell fan, and yeah. We're on
Let's
the
just
up and up.
find one and we'll fucking deal with it when we get there. Let's just find
Sounds
one.
good. Let's do it.
Cool.
Cool. So the closer you are to the city gates, the shittier the town is. So it goes from slums to not so slummy. And as you approach the more center and back of the city, it gets nicer and nicer and nicer. So right here where you are at in the Hero's Gate, which is the main entrance that you are entering through, all around you, it's almost indistinguishable from the dregs, except that it is within the city walls, and there are actual guard towers posted every couple blocks, basically. So heading up the Heroes Road, which you are on, there are no visible taverns within this first block, although there are several side streets going off either direction that you can kind of wander into the city streets, as it were, because you're kind of on the main thoroughway as it is.
Yeah, let's get off the main road.
That's probably a good idea.
I like that idea.
Anything sneaky sounds good to me.
Maybe cut
Well,
left as we start coming up this road.
Which one? Which one?
Left, so like over here.
Yeah,
That's the
perhaps down
Guard
that
tower.
way. Yeah.
So you see kind of posted up every so often, sort of the equivalent of street signs and
book.
you see
It's my book.
as you kind of get to the intersection of Heroes Road and the road that you're on, you have some arrows pointing in a couple different directions. So pointing down further on the Heroes Road, you have a sign that says the Plaza of Terran's Bounty, the Grand Palace, the Lethal Chamber. And then pointing down the road that you plan to turn on, there is a sign that says the Everyman's Hand, the South Gate. So not a whole lot of interest down that way. Seems like more of the interest is further up on the Heroes Road.
Well, sounds like
Okay, let's keep going up.
But I mean, you could probably find a tavern if you just walk in any direction. So
well, that's true. I mean, we did say we wanted to get off the Heroes Road, so I mean, why don't we just head?
And honestly, the sketchier
anyway.
probably the better right now.
Yeah, we might as well head that way towards Southgate. And if we need to, like, we'll suddenly see this road coming up on the, on our north, and we can go up that way if we want. Like, yeah, that's true. We wanted to be off the Heroes Road, so let's cut off the Heroes Road.
Yeah, let's cut over.
Go ahead and make a perception roll for me, if you could.
All of us?
Yep.
Totally.
Totes my goats. I critically fail. My perception is dog shit.
I do nothing. Hold on.
Wow, you guys are really just overwhelmed.
Yeah, this is really fitting in nicely with the fact that we're all in like the biggest city we've ever seen. Yeah, I'm waiting to see if somebody else rolls better than. Jeez, man.
Hey.
Lyra's like, yeah, she's like, I fucking hate the city.
Someone's gotta.
So yeah, I'm very perceptive right now.
Yeah, so everyone, aside from Lyra, is just kind of having a sensory overload situation going on with, there's just crowds of people. It's more crowded on this side street, kind of midday, than the busiest time in Duncaster's central market. The population density here, you would kind of equate it to the most densely populated area of New York City.
Oh.
So it's like hundreds of thousands of people in this gated area here that you're at. So everyone's having a hard time adjusting to that. Lyra overhears a couple guys kind of being hush-hush, but obviously not too hush-hush because she could hear. And it sounds as though they're saying, meet at the Everyman's Hand. The guild will be meeting to have the weekly game. Yeah, Everyman's Hand. Meet you there in 10. Pretty clear that is a tavern. And you kind of see them pointing in a direction that is where this green box is.
Guys, I think we want to head towards Everyman's Hand. It sounds like it's going to be a tavern that we're not going to get a lot of attention paid to us in.
I'm looking around just kind of like wide-eyed, like as all of these people and buildings and shit. I'm like, whatever you say, Lyra.
Look, it's Spider-Man. You can take your picture with him for $5.
Dreamily,
They make
like,
buildings that go up like 4 or 5 stories here. This is insane. What? Like only the towers of like the people who do that gong shit have I ever seen anything like this. Wow.
the gong shit. Uh-huh.
I can't remember the ones who like do the
Yeah.
chimes. Like their
Yeah,
towers were
they did the
intense. I
gonging,
assume.
yeah.
The
I'm so
gonging.
proud of you.
The Chai Boys.
That's me.
No. The Chime Boys.
Oh shit!
Oh, that
Damn.
was
This is
really
my
nerdy.
crew.
Mm-hmm.
It's me and the Chime Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
That's great. Ah,
So yeah, astute observation. There are just very large buildings, like apartment buildings. It's not something that Duncaster necessarily has. So these are several stories tall, just lining the streets. There are some buildings that are, as you said, 5 or 6 stories tall, and those are not the towers. Some of the towers stretch up 100+ feet in the air. So it is, again, super densely populated, and the only way to do that is to build up, and it seems like someone figured that out.
What's great is I'm also 3 feet shorter thanks to the spell I cast, so everything seems even bigger. And I don't think I factor that in based on my roll. I'm just kind of like, what? What?
even the people are bigger here.
Even the people are bigger. They're all like me. They're taller than me. These are like 9 to 10 feet people. Yeah, I'm probably very overwhelmed right now, and my roll backs it up. It's perfect.
I just put my hand on your head because you're finally shorter than me, and I'm like, it's okay, Nobi.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
I need some grounding. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So you find your way into kind of into back alleys and twisting through shadowy areas, and you come upon a fairly large building with a sign that reads "The Everyman's Hand," and you hear hustle and bustle inside, clanking of glasses and general merriment.
All right. Let's just go in.
I may have to move you guys in here.
Ah.
Yes, you do.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
You are greeted with a nice roasting, meaty smell. The smell of mead and ale is almost
Mead
making
my
the air
boots.
damp. It's fairly well lit. There's people all over. It looks like groups of adventurers all over the place. There is a bar to your left as you enter the main door. And then it looks like a little private bar down towards the south. Yeah, so you're here at the Everyman's Hand.
Well, let's find a table.
Got it. Follow me here, my dudes.
My
Coming
dudes.
over.
Huzzah!
It worked.
Look at us, all sitting at a table.
I'm so proud of us. We finally did something.
Did something that didn't involve just beating the shit out of some mindless creature, or yeah, that's pretty much most of what we've done.
Or
having our entire town burnt to the ground.
That was a fun
Right.
part.
all right, guys, we have like
That's
8 things we got to do in here.
Do we have to go to the bar to get a drink, or will somebody come around?
That's a very good
'Cause that's-
question.
Oh, there's
Where
always a
Lyra's
bar
at.
bench, right?
You do see a bar winch moving
throw
around,
My arm up, and I wave her down.
and she's moving around on the other end of the tavern. She looks a little flustered, fumbling around with tankards. She drops something, and she
Cool. I'm just
apologizes
gonna.
profusely to the couple that she is serving at the moment.
Cool. Are an order around for everyone.
Just
Yes,
shout
bring
at
me
her
a
and just do
shot
one of
of
these, like,
something.
No, I'm gonna go up. She's overwhelmed. I'm gonna go up. Y'all discuss. We literally have like now 6 things to do in this town. Y'all start discussing. I'm gonna get around for everyone. What do you want? Water. Cool. Everyone except Riley, who's gonna get some water.
I'll have
Sound
2
good?
of whatever you're getting.
Okay. I go up to the bar. I'm gonna move my little character. Y'all start discussing. Boop.
Yeah, so you approach the bar, and there's a hulking half-orc man cleaning tankards, and then a human-looking dude kind of running back and forth from the kitchen and back in. The half-orc guy greets you. He says, "Welcome to the hungry man." No, I'm a hungry man. Oh,
Me too,
sorry.
am I right?
Oh.
Me too, right?
Oh my! Oh no, this is the everyman's hand. Welcome. I haven't seen you before.
Ah, no, just dropped into town. What up?
Oh, just working. What can I get you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 drinks of your best mead.
5 Armstrong meads.
Sure, let's go with that. I trust you.
The drink of our dear leader himself.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that. 5 of those and a water, please.
He goes back and starts to pour the mead, and he looks over his shoulder and he says, "It's a better deal to just buy the bottle."
get 2. Well, wait, let's see. Maybe do I overhear? Yes, I absolutely hear across the room despite all the sound. Get 2. As I'm looking at Lyra like,
All right. Can I just get 2 bottles then and 5 glasses and a thing of water?
Big spender, yes, that be 30 gold.
30 gold.
holy
Shut up, Lyra.
shit. But yeah,
Lyra,
like,
shut
totally
up.
cool, but holy shit.
You
Okay,
said
yeah.
best.
Yeah, I did. I know what I said. Don't listen to them. Yeah, I'm good.
We give 10 gold to like a homeless dude. 30 gold for awesome beer is totally cool.
Yeah, I hand him 40 gold and I'm like, keep the change, it's fine. And I like,
That was trippy.
I
Yeah.
just wanted water.
I got you a water.
I'm just saying.
He comes back with 2 they're very ornate bottles with like wax kind of melted over and then sculpted in the visage of a very well-dressed man holding a scepter.
Mike, I don't know if you'll have me roll for this, but upon seeing these bottles and this presentation, I'm going to kind of look around the room and just make sure that we didn't just bring some stupid attention to ourselves, throwing 40 gold at the best shit this place has. Is anybody kind of checking us out? Like,
So there is a tabaxi at the far end of the bar.
Oh my god, can I go up and talk to him?
Right here.
I think he's going to come up and talk to you at this rate.
And he appears to have taken notice, although he is just keeping to himself, really.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to him.
Oh, come on!
Okay.
Yeah, the drinks have been brought to the table, so
The
don't
drinks
worry.
were brought
I've
to the
already
table.
poured a drink for you, Lyra. I'm
You can
pouring
tell.
one. You know, I'm basically taking over there with that one. I'm helping our half-orc guy pour stuff because my character's just too damn nice.
I'm
He
gonna go up
watches
to him.
Sunshine as you walk over to him.
I do it sensually. Because I'm still disguised, but I want him to take notice.
Just cat.
Hey,
Like
he's
Marilyn
he's
Monroe,
taken
happy
notice.
birthday.
Yes.
He has definitely taken notice. And as you approach, he says, "New in town, are you?"
Is it that obvious?
Obviously, coming to every man's hand and buying 2 bottles of Armstrong mead. That'll get you noticed. People
Is that
don't come to every man's hand to get noticed.
Put the bottles under the table.
Well, we got 2 bottles, so that's let's fill up the glasses and then maybe set them a little bit.
Yeah, let's just stick them like under the table or something, and we'll reach down when we're ready to refill.
We're kind of in the corner. Like Riley can sit it on that like empty stool on his side. You know, it's not nearly as obvious over there.
First of all, Riley's a girl. Second of all,
yeah.
I get 5 gold and a feather, and push it across the table. I'm like, what do you know? What do you want to tell me?
Damn.
What do you mean, what do I want to tell you? I just
you
simply wanted to tell you you're making quite the scene.
What do you mean we're making a scene? Is that bad? What does that mean? Is that a bad thing here?
You sound so suspicious.
I got a game plan.
Well, we're across the room, so
Yeah.
that's metagaming. Yeah. I'm
Listen.
drinking. We're all drinking.
Except
Listen,
Riley. Riley's drinking water.
the Everyman's Hand is the Thieves Guild. Home base for drinking, so to say. And no one here, and no one that's walked through those doors, has bought a bottle of Armstrong mead, let alone 2, in many weeks. I'm just saying, maybe the thieves that love to take things would like to take things from you. I'm just an observation. I'm not saying it's bad. You can obviously take care of yourself if you can afford 30 gold.
As he's talking, I slip my tail out very with my own tail.
Am I the only one that's missing everything?
No.
Oh no,
No,
that
I
every
couldn't
now and
hear
then they
That
take
cut out
leaps
just now.
forward. It's weird.
Okay, so as he's saying that, I very slyly touch his, like, I move my tail out and touch his tail with my tail.
Oh, I see. I'm with friends.
You are among friends.
He reaches in his pouch and feels for something. He comes out with his little paw and slams down 6 cubes onto the table.
Cubes?
Cubes. There's 2 blue, 2 green, and 2 red cubes. They appear to be gemstones of sorts. And he says, "Do you like to play games, Lady Cat?"
It depends. What's at stake?
You want information? I have information. You have gold? I want gold.
I could just give you gold, but if you want to play a game, let's play a game.
Oh, you know, we don't just do things. We cat folk. We have our obsessions, as it were.
I know, and I look down at the feather that's like sitting across from him. I look down at it and I look back up at him and I'm like, I know.
You like birds? I like birds too.
My tail wraps a little tighter around it. I'm like,
I might have missed that.
Yeah.
okay,
You're like
sorry.
freezing.
My tail wraps a little tighter around his, and I'm like, "What's the game?"
Just getting
Certainly
freaky with a
you've heard
stranger
it.
cat.
You being the same as me, certainly you've heard of Tabaxi Tarot dice.
Can I do?
You would have heard it.
If I do. Okay, yeah. Yeah, obviously.
Do you have a set of your own?
Am I on?
No.
You don't know that? Hold on. Shit. You right? Fuck. I do not.
As it happens, you see 6 stones here. You play this game with me. Whether you win or lose, you get your set of dice.
Okay.
You win, I'm an open book. You tell me a question, I tell you an answer. I win.
I lose.
Whatever gold is in your pouch.
Cool. Can I real quick? Can I real quick do a stealth roll to take out some piece and switch them to like some pocket I have?
You can certainly try.
Oh,
the best DM response there is.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use my insight on that, or my I'm sorry, my inspiration. Boop and roll again.
Don't roll lower. Ooh, step it up.
Ooh, does that do anything for you?
Well, it's going to be contested.
I didn't see.
Oh my god,
Oh!
yeah, you were natty fucking 20 from the Tabaxi, huh? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
He sees you.
Cool.
I feel like that. I'm very curious how Mike's going to have him play this, actually, now that I think about it, because he's a sneaky Tabaxi guy.
He starts to purr
Yeah, I'm
and
okay.
reaches his paw out. As he sees you reach into one of your pockets, and he says, I would do the same. But not today. Not today.
Cool.
Get a room, guys.
Shut up. I'm gonna keep my hand on my dagger, but I'm gonna start purring, and my tail is gonna just on his.
Oh my.
And I'm gonna be like, all right, let's do this. Because
Well-
secret OOC, I still have Zone of Truth.
Yeah, but he's gonna know if you do that.
He might not.
No, he definitely is.
Do you still
Everyone
have
is.
Zone of Truth? I thought it was only 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it's been a very long time.
Oh, you're saying you're gonna cast it?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
everyone's
okay.
gonna. That's how it works.
Ryan, shut up.
Okay, I'm just saying. Sorry.
Shut up.
Do the thing.
I'm trying.
Hey, old married couple, we get it. Yeah, that doesn't change what I said. That just means you're angsty.
Have you ever met me?
Not really, actually. I mean, only via the
No.
interwebs,
Which is technically meeting in 2017.
I guess.
How do you
Yes.
think Ryan and I met?
That's true.
Not true. I figured Tinder.
Not wrong.
You know?
Nailed
Nail
it.
it.
I was gonna say which direction to swipe, but I don't know. Swipe left?
Right.
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 I don't know. I stay off the apps that are about people boning most of the time. Hey, it worked out for you guys. Congrats.
Get on with that.
I agreed.
Yeah, get on with that.
Play your
Okay.
game.
Anyway, so I missed what you were going to do. You were cutting out again.
Gotta have my vape.
Did they hear that?
Anyways.
So no, I said that my tail moves up on his tail and kind of starts doing like an up and down thing. I'm stroking his tail with my tail, and I start purring, and I'm like, okay, I'll play.
Can the rest of us see this?
No, we're very far away from y'all. Y'all are just
No,
great.
but I enjoy knowing that she's basically forcing Mike to have like an erotic fucking exchange right now
I
with
mean,
cattails.
hold on. No, I feel like that table is in view of me. I'm at the end of this table. Can I see my friend being kind of weird?
Yeah, you can. I mean, it's kind of a silhouette.
It's like 50 feet away.
Um,
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm
no,
not
no,
gonna do
my
anything
tail
about
is
it.
hidden. My tail is hidden, so no one knows that my tail is like doing a thing.
Oh, he knows.
I'm
I'm
sorry, Lyra was the one who said it.
Get your gender terms correct.
I wasn't
I'll
talking
watch.
about her. I was talking
I'm
about-
pretty sure Lyra's picking up on the fact that she sees this other tabaxi like purring like crazy, and she's like, "Oh shit, it's going
Again.
down."
I grew up in a brothel. Okay.
There you go. She knows all the tabaxi sexual techniques.
I just want to say
He
that, like, I'm
says-
just sitting at the table, like, beer in hand, like, just kind of one eyebrow crooked and just watching them with it's brought a smile to my face. Like, I think it's hilarious, which is something.
It says, before anything happens between you and me,
No, no,
I
no,
need-
no, no, no.
I need to know how much you're worth. Put it on the table.
I lean in real close. I'm like, I'm not gonna put my money out on the table right here. You literally just called me out for buying 2 of the most expensive bottles. Do you
You're very
think I'm
smart.
stupid?
You're a clever one, you are, huh? Very clever. Then you will tell me.
Thank-
Quietly.
How much am I worth? I lean in and I say, more than you've seen in a very, very long time.
I have a hard time believing that.
I'm not going to give you my amount just in case. Just in case I win. And I still have it. You know, just
Don't
know.
get it.
I say I'm not going to let you know how much I'm worth, just in case I do win.
I respect that.
Just know I'm worth a decent amount.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we play?
We play.
We play. Very well. All right.
Oh my goodness.
There's like an actual.
Oh, this is cool.
This is so neat.
He pushes the 3 stones over to your side of the table. One appears to be a sapphire, one is a ruby, and one is an emerald. And on each of the faces are different engravings of cat faces. The engravings are then painted with white. These are very, very nice stones, and even just as you're looking at them, you know pretty clearly that they are they're real gemstones and worth a shit ton of money.
Right.
So you've probably heard of Tabaxi Tarot Dice, but you maybe not have played it. It's one of the games that it runs in Tabaxi families, and they pass down their sets through generations. So a lot of times they're more valuable to the owner than the actual monetary worth of the stones themselves.
Oh God.
So basically the game works like rock, paper, scissors, where the face on the die is a certain cat face, and that beats a different cat face. But there's an additional betting mechanism on top of that. So each die has a different probability of hitting, where the green one has 4 sides with the pensive cat and one of each other. The blue one has the purring cat, and the red one has the pouncing cat. So the game starts basically with you selecting a die of your choice that will not be rolled, and you would place that on the parlay.
Oh snap! I can move these. What?
So yeah, you'll move those. So what you'll do is you'll click it and drag it into the parlay square.
So is that going to be like what I pick?
That's going to be what you're not going. That's one of the dies that you're not going to use.
Right.
So you'll click it and drag it, but don't let go until someone says parlay. You can either say parlay or your opponent can say parlay. Whoever says parlay first will place the bet. Now, it doesn't matter because you've already bet. So
right.
You basically just choose a die, and then we can say parlay.
Okay.
Have you chosen?
Yep.
Parlay and let go. Oh, you're on the non-player character side. That's cool.
Oh, my bad. Boop.
I got it for you. Okay. Now, we're not going to raise this time because the stakes have already been made. So now you will simply choose one of the 2 remaining on your side and then click on it, and then you'll see up at the top it says roll ruby or roll emerald.
No.
Up at the top left. Do you not see that?
Oh. Okay. Yes, I do.
Okay. So then you will say proceed and roll, and then I will roll as well.
Let's do it. Okay.
So cool.
So you rolled a pouncing cat versus my purring cat, and you will see that the pouncing cat beats the purring cat. So you won.
Oh.
And he purrs a little more and says, "Very well. Very well."
I literally high-five myself in front of him.
I like you. I don't meet many of my kind.
You don't know I'm your kind.
Oh, yes, I do.
But, like, I wink at him and I'm like, you don't know.
No, of course not. Of course not. Oops, I moved you to the wrong bar. There we go. Oh, no, of course. No, you're
Human. I guess is what I disguised myself as.
I am an open book. You won fair and square.
What's your name? No one hear that?
Mm-mm.
I heard it.
I didn't
Me?
hear anything.
Was it?
What about
What's
now?
your name?
Yes.
Oh, my name. That is a fair question. Don't see how it's important, but they call me Locke.
You're the second tabaxi I've met here that I didn't come over. You're the first tabaxi I've met that I didn't come over on the boat with. It matters.
Very well. Well, you know, I was born here in Auchendale. One of the very few.
I was gonna say.
My parents came long ago.
Do you know anything that's going on? Have you seen anything weird lately?
Do you speak of the days, the moons, the masked? What do you speak of?
Yes. Yes. All of that.
I have seen it. The only thing I know of is the masked. Those creepy masked people. Ugh.
What are those?
Oh, you really are new in town, aren't you?
Yes. I said that. Wasn't lying.
Should I go over to your table? We seem
Yeah,
to be,
let's do that. Literally gonna do that. Let's
seem to be
cool.
making a scene over here.
Are we really making a scene? We go back to the table.
You were jerking off a fellow cat. Yeah.
I was not jerking him off.
I mean, stroking.
Oh, gross.
Like, yeah.
A tail.
There was a lot
Whorehouse.
of purring. That's the cat equivalent of like moaning. Like
That's
you were.
not the cat equivalent of no.
Yeah. Rub a cat's butt. What does it do? purrs.
Looks at you and wants to attack you.
Oh no, it raises its ass up even higher. It's like, yeah.
What kind of slut cats have you had? Shut up! Shut up!
Many?
Shut up!
Ah!
Ryan, oh my god! Good.
He was coughing, and you're like, die. Oh. So
Then we go
have a
back to the
tabaxi
table.
guest.
He walks up to the table and just sits down and
Good luck.
nods to the rest of you.
Cool, Locke. This is my friend group. There's lots of shit to say.
Hello, friend group.
Hello, Locke.
So your friend beat me, and among other things, well, now I am here to talk.
I hate you.
I'm surprised to see another tabaxi, and apparently, because my disguise, as far as I recall, is probably just like pulling up like the hood of my cloak. It's like, oh, if people are used to seeing tabaxi, I don't need this, so I can lower my hood.
Smack him with my tail. You put that up.
Trying to hide here.
He kind of cocks his head to the side. Another. Very interesting. Very interesting. You have my attention.
Okay, yeah, we're all a bunch of misfits. Can we get to the point?
Well, the point is with you.
I don't know. Does anybody have any questions for this guy? I don't even know where to begin.
I will very much, with not much concern for keeping it secretive, because again, I'm not a person who can really lie. I'm just going to straight up say I have no reason to trust this guy, so I don't have any questions for him. I don't know if you guys do, but maybe we hold off talking about our plans until he's left.
So yeah, I'm curious. I'm going to ask him where he's from.
Well, I was born here in Windermere.
So there are more tabaxi here?
There is a small population of us, yes. Most of us are from the area of Hutong Haishi.
Where's that?
It's near the Hero's Gate, just northeast. Most would say it's a less than desirable place to be. Some, you might say, call it a black market of sorts. But there's a small contingent of tabaxi in that area.
What do you know about what's going on with the House of Palor here?
Yes, those creeps. They've been putting masks on people, denouncing other religious organizations, converting people, and sticking these silly masks on their faces. There's something going on. I don't understand. I don't pretend to. I don't want to. I keep to myself mostly. The only thing I'm not really pleased with is all of the sun. The sun. I operate in the dark, and it makes it very hard to do my job when the dark only lasts a matter of hours.
What's your
I'm
job?
nodding vigorously.
My job is an honest thief.
Honest thief. Sure. Lots of those around.
You've not been in Windermere for long, have you? No. Ah, yes, there is the Thieves Guild here. We're a very honest bunch, of course. Maybe some of us operate outside of the purview of the guild, but those of us that are in the guild, we work on contracts, and we are stealing things that have been stolen already, or are not in the ownership of deserving hands.
Sure, honest thief. I'm not even going to argue with that. Call yourself what you will. Anybody else got anything?
I keep
I was going to
drinking my
ask,
beer.
how is it? Have you found it's easy to move around the city as a tabaxi? People are pretty used to seeing you.
I get the weird look here and there every now and then, but as long as I don't, go in the noble district, I don't get too many bad looks. Windermere is a very big city with lots of people, and there's all sorts here. I've even seen some dragon people. Who knew? Who knew there were dragon people in the world?
So we need to not be noticed while we're here. Do you have any suggestions on what to do or not to do, where to go, what not to do, any of that?
I was gonna suggest we I was gonna give him some gold, just out of character. I was gonna give him some gold to spread the word to not mention our presence here, and I mean, if he's part of the Thieves Guild, to let it be known that they don't know anything about us.
I mean, I don't think the Thieves Guild is going to go talking to anybody anyway, because they're thieves. They literally work for a criminal organization.
They're honest thieves.
Yeah, but it's still a criminal organization. A lot of people in the mob would say they're honest too. They're not talking to the cops about
Okay,
anything.
I'm chuckling to myself with my beer. Just
I might
This
hold
is out
on,
of
hold on. There's
character.
dragon.
calling out this thief.
There's dragon people.
Dragonborns, right?
Yeah, they call themselves Dragonborns. I don't understand. If a man was born to a dragon, wouldn't that man be an abomination? I don't know. I've never understood those dragon people.
I'm not sure that's
Just
how it
have any
works.
I start looking around and seeing it's like this sounds absolutely fascinating because seeing a dragon was just like dumbfounding to me. So like a dragon person now, this is just capturing me incredibly.
Are there any dragon?
I want to see a dragon person.
He points across the room, like towards the middle of the room, and he says, "There's one right there, Rogar, right there."
Oh god.
Do Dragonborn like fish?
No,
Gail,
stop it, Gail.
no.
Stop it,
Gail, no.
Lyra, hold him down.
Just
You, Locke. Locke,
listen.
look at me. Make eye contact. Look at me.
Don't
in the
point out
eyes.
interesting things to him.
Stop it. I grab 50 gold out of my bag.
Oh my good lord, what are you rolling and just money?
350 of them, actually.
Almost. I'm 5 away from 400. Thank you. So
Why do I have no idea how much money I have?
I don't know. That's on you. That's on you. That's not my problem.
What does Rogar look like from here?
Oh my god. We will
no.
look at him. We will take a field trip. Give me a second.
He actually has wings sprouting from his back. He is large and scaly.
Large and in charge.
And yeah, I mean, he looks like a perfect mix between a human and a dragon. Really pretty cool.
Gail,
Okay.
you look at me. You look at me now. We will take a field
I want to
trip
meet him.
in a second. 2 seconds.
Okay.
I promise. I look back at Locke. I hand him 50 gold. I'm like, you spread the word. You know nothing. You saw nothing.
He pushes the gold back to you. He says, "Your gold would be better spent with the city guard."
Is there a particular city guard that I should know about?
could talk to Wilhelm.
Wilhelm.
He's one of the captains of the guard.
Wait, who's Wilhelm?
I got it. Hold on. I will tell you in a second.
It's just, make sure you're not talking to the Black Guard, because those are not quite as understanding. They're better paid, and they're not as easily bought off. Just make sure you're not talking to those.
Where
That's racist.
Where do the Black Guard hang out? Like,
Racist.
where are they most densely populated?
Well, the Black Guard is typically closer to the town center, the noble district up north, and there's been a heavy concentration of them over at the Great House of Palor as well.
Oh, so like everywhere we need to go. That's fine. Cool. Okay, I feel like we need to talk about what our plan is here. And this has been super great, but
Thanks, Locke. I hand him gold and I'm like, bye.
Very well. You know where to find me. That is my table over there. He points it over where
Are you there every
played
day? Do you even
dice
have a
with.
job?
Oh, I wait there to get my jobs, of course.
Okay, cool.
we may
You don't know the life of a thief.
we may need him at some point.
He looks
I blow him a kiss
at
then.
Sunshine and says, "You got your dice correct."
Did I? Okay, I totally grabbed it. That's canon.
Hey, you grabbed it. All right. So you got the dice. All right. He walks away. He says, "Very nice to meet you. Goodbye."
Goodbye.
I blow him a kiss.
He ignores it.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, everyone. We have 6 things to do now.
Mhm.
So, Dakar,
Mm,
you have to see your dad. Probably kill him, maybe.
keep drinking.
I feel
Chug
like
it. That whole bottle's for you.
I mean, one of the things we I think said earlier on that we wanted to do was report to the Adventurers Guild about what happened to Duncaster and about Eileen.
That's literally one of them.
Yeah, one of the concerns I know I'm thinking is technically we're wanted, and
But we're
I
all
have no
disguised.
reason to believe that the word has got to the Adventurers Guild here that we didn't cause things. I mean, for all we know, they believe we did cause the disaster in Duncaster, and hell, even killed our guild master for all they know.
But if they're part of
Well-
the Adventurers Guild, I feel like they would know better.
They don't know us.
No.
For
and
all
you got
they
the House
know,
of
we went
Palor
rogue.
backing up the idea that we're fucking monsters. It's worth investigating for sure, but I'd say rolling in there like they're gonna believe us, we got to be careful about that. So maybe somebody goes
That's
in,
lower.
maybe like a small group, and they claim to be interested in the Adventurers Guild. And it's like, yeah, I've seen wanted posters for this group of people. Like, are you guys offering a bounty to kill them? And maybe we just try to get some information that way.
We are
Speaking of the
disguised.
House of Palor, I don't see how we are ever going to go in to a House of Palor right now and get that stupid staff for that stupid dragon. They are literally the ones who have us wanted, and it's surrounded by guard.
Yeah, that's probably
on
the plan we
bottom
want to
of my
handle
list
last.
of things to do.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've got to do it for Slyborn. Like, I will not leave this city without at least attempting to do right by him. Like, he's backing us up beautifully. But I definitely agree that probably needs to be the last thing we take care of, because when that happens, this city's going to go probably on high alert. At least the House of
But we
Palor
definitely have to try.
is nuts.
Well,
We have to try.
However,
Yeah, maybe
a
that drops
good
to number
plan
6.
and a quick exit.
Yes.
Guys, we have some.
You are frozen in like a dab right now.
Yeah, you were frozen, like dabbing or something, like some.
Yeah.
Is she just sitting still, or did it freeze again for real?
Can anyone-
Oh,
No. Hi. Hello.
You're good.
What I was saying is we know someone in the Thieves Guild. We can probably
Yeah.
pay him to steal it for us.
that's not a bad
I
idea. We
agree.
could use luck to try
We are
to
going to
steal
need
it.
to use that connection to get us around this city and talk to people without us being seen.
I have a feeling
know
a good
someone-
amount of that money Slyborn gave us is going to go towards just getting out of here alive. Which, hey, that was the
Yeah.
point.
We know
I wonder if Rogar can help us.
someone who knows someone in the outskirts. So we're decent.
Well, yeah, we've already got Belfan to help us out too if we get a message to him about Master Cauldrus. Well, I mean, we've got what Brother Vestin we got to go see. We got to plant those seeds for Varen. I would like to do that. He seemed on the up and up from that little town. Adventurers Guild, Staff of Eglain, connecting with Master Redfeather, and then Lyra's dad. So
Let's split up, gang.
Probably a bad idea.
Before we leave, I also am now curious to meet this other group of Tabaxi.
Oh dear. Oh
I'm
dear.
surprised you
one.
haven't wandered off at this point. Like, I walk over here.
This is really good mead.
Priorities.
Yes,
Makes sense.
it is, by the way, delicious, sweet, almost honey-like mead.
Well, that's what mead is honey wine. So good on ya.
No, it's like literal honey.
Even the texture and the flow, like it's the most thick mead ever.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta step away for a moment, but let's figure out what we're gonna do next. I think that's objective number one. We know what number 6 is, unless maybe before we leave this tavern, maybe our Tabaxi stroking friend, Chelsea could go and talk to Locke and say, "Hey, what would you need us to pay you to steal something from the House of Paylor?" Maybe that's the conversation we've got to have now.
Who is that?
What's that?
Oh, that's my friend Cubby. That's why I got to step away for a moment because they're gonna play Last of Us again, like the last time. Ooh, look at that! I got a little cannoli, cannoli action.
Holy cannoli!
Holy cannoli! See, I'm gonna step
Oh
away
my
for a moment, but
God,
that's
I
what I'm
hate
thinking
you.
is maybe before we leave, you talk to your Locke friend, and in the meantime, we got to figure out what we're gonna do next. But I'll be right back. Dukoth goes to the bathroom.
All right, what do we want to do, gang?
What did that woman give us
What woman?
in the icy room? The crazy elf.
Oh, that's the Master Redfeather. That's what we have to go find him and give him the crazy fucking map that she gave to us.
That.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think that Master Redfeather is my father.
Are you fucking kidding me? Lyra.
So, I use my last name, and that's why you didn't recognize the name Elderwin. But Kieran Elderwin is my father. And I don't know what the fuck this Redfeather shit is, other than he's a self-serving dick who thinks he's more important than he is. I'm sure he gave himself that name. But I think I need to go see what the hell he's gotten himself into.
Tight. 2 birds, 1 stone. Let's fuck his shit up. Fucking take this motherfucker out. I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna go. I haven't seen my father
Ever?
since my mother died. No, he has been around. After my mom died, I kind of just cut him out of my life.
How long has it been?
10 years?
Okay.
It's not like we were ever close anyway.
Sure.
He only took care of me monetarily and stopped by once a year, maybe twice a year, probably more to see my mother than me.
Right. Was he crazy?
Crazy about making money and being perceived as high class and important, yes. Crazy about religion and followers, not that I know of.
Okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
Tight.
I mean, I don't want him to have gotten himself into something that is going to get him killed, because as much as I want to wring his neck, and I really don't want to see him, I don't think I want him to actually die.
Right. So is that the first thing that we want
And
to
if
do?
he might be able to give us some information and connect us in some way. He's got a business here. He knows this city.
That he does. What?
And I think at least he would see some responsibility in helping me out.
We hope.
I hope.
Well, that can be the first thing that we do if that's what y'all want. I mean, or we can split up and kill a few birds with one stone or whatever, but
Guys, even the bathrooms here.
Oh. I'm just gonna start drinking even more heavily.
that's not an answer. That's just
Oh,
you
God,
getting inebriated.
Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh God. No.
Anyway, Ducasse, what you missed is that Master Redfeather there's no resume.
You
froze, and it was kind of adorable. You were like, it was pretty cute. Good job.
I'm not
Try
cute.
again.
I'm not cute. I am manly as hell. And what I said was that Ducasse, what you missed is that Master Redfeather is Lyra's father.
Boom, boom, boom. Holy
Same.
shit. What you guys missed
I think
was how
he's
amazing the
calling
bathrooms are
cannoli.
here in the city. There's a guy who gives you mints on the way out. And then he put his hand out, and I figured it was just a city greeting, so I did this. And he looked at me really angrily. But I got mints.
You didn't give him anything? I think you're supposed to give him some copper.
Why would I give him anything? He handed me mints.
Sometimes they squirt soap in your
Are
hand.
you sure that's not so?
How many mints? Could I try a mint?
He did give me paper towels, and I'm like,
God.
they're right here. It's weird. Very weird. Yes, you can absolutely have a mint. Here, try a mint.
Oh God.
I try the mint.
There
Goes
is
weird
no
with the mead.
way that we are going to walk around this city unnoticed.
Oh, no way. No way. It was very weird for me just trying to adjust to my proportions in that bathroom with that whole 3 feet shorter thing.
Did you pee on the floor?
Floor, the wall, a little bit, one of the people in there. He was drunk. He didn't care.
Wait a second.
Ducasse, baby, what is you doing?
I'm not used to this. My proportions are different.
I think he's drunk.
I don't think that's.
I might have had a little
I
bit
think
too much of the meat
everything
too.
shrinks
As
in
I say this, I'm like
proportion.
shaky face,
Ducasse
like
has a small wiener.
mints.
I don't think your wiener stays the same size as it is when you're your normal height.
Yeah, but he's still
No,
shorter than the.
I
You normally
overdid
do
it.
the baby.
Things like a little just meow now. Like I overdid it. I lowered my height by 3 feet, and everything else went
Oh boy.
triple shorter.
It's an any.
Yep. I went from noon to 3. Considering how tall I was, yeah, I'm gonna go noon to 3.
Oh.
Remember, my character can't lie, so it's perfect. Degothan's just spilling all this.
Things I
Hey,
didn't
Vision,
know I
'cause-
never wanted to hear.
Wait, did Mike, did you throw the X card? Is that yours? I'm looking at wait, whose was
Oh, there it
best
is.
use of the X card we've seen
There
yet?
it is.
Oh man.
That was
That's
great.
it. That's the one.
Okay.
Wow.
So we know that that
Master
the cop
Red
has a
Feather
chode.
is Lyra's dad,
Wonderful.
and I'm hurting right now.
So I think that has to be first on my list of things to do because, well, one, if I don't do it right away, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to see him.
Right.
Well,
But
we need to see
also,
Master Red Feather
maybe
anyway.
he can help us.
Or
And the staff is at the bottom of the list.
maybe we can make him help us if anything.
I mean, at the very least, he could answer, he could tell us where the most, devastated part of the city is so we can go plant those seeds. That's a quick.
I think
Yeah,
that
that's
sounds
true,
like
too.
a good starting point.
Yeah, let's not to mention that handles 2 out of our 6 right there. Is that we need to talk to Master Red Feather anyway, thanks to that bloody Windermere map, and apparently he's your pappy. So yeah, let's go talk to him. Do you know where he is?
Well, yeah,
Rogar
he's at his
stomps
shop.
over,
Oh God. Oh.
eyeing
no.
Gale,
Oh,
and
dear.
he looms over Gale and says, "You have a problem with me?"
Ah, shit.
No, I actually find you fascinating.
Oh, no.
What am I, funny looking?
No, you're not funny looking.
Just let him talk it out.
I'm thinking maybe throw some gold at this.
Let him talk it out.
Like
No,
God.
let him
an
talk it
elf?
out.
How is this being inconspicuous?
An elf follows around behind, and a dwarf also follows behind, kind of backing him up. He says, "Why are you staring at me, cat?"
Oh, come on. Now
I'm
we're
a
not going to start.
I'm a wanderer, and I've never met one of your
Throwing
kind.
slurs
I would
around.
I would love to talk and trade stories.
He looks at you weird. Staring isn't nice.
He's not wrong.
That's true.
I apologize for that.
I'm
Do you like fish?
very sensitive. People don't know that about me. But I do love fish.
Holy shit.
Oh, God.
Well, hold on just a minute. I'm gonna run out and see if I can find a fish.
Oh, no.
I put my hood back up first.
He's like, "Wait, you don't have a fish? And you offer me a fish?"
He'll bring you
Hey,
a fish. Give him,
Yeah, we
1
all
minute.
assure him he'll find a fish.
He's going to have a fish for you in 60 seconds.
Give him a full minute.
Okay.
Who are your friends here? What's
Jesus,
going
dude.
on? Yeah, come on. Just grab a
Okay.
drink.
Yeah, share some of the already open bottle. Wait a minute with us. Here you go.
Wait for your fish. We got some good drinks over here.
We
He's
got
just
some
a curious guy.
Oh, yeah, you're drinking Armstrong mead. The
You're
dwarf
drinking
behind him.
Armstrong mead now too.
The dwarf behind him goes, "Oh, Armstrong mead. Oh, these guys are heavy rollers. Hey, everybody, look, they're serving
Oh my
Armstrong
God.
mead over here."
Well, at this point,
Thank
we're
you.
not escaping that.
I mean, aren't you guys supposed to be in the Thieves Guild? Aren't you, like, stealthy? You're really
us?
not good at this.
Oh no, we're just adventurers.
Ugh, great.
Well, we were too, but now we're people with targets on our backs.
But then we took an arrow to the knee.
No. No.
Thanks,
Rogar
guys.
says, "Oh, adventurers, are you? Are
Nope.
you the guild?
Nope.
No.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Oh well, you
We're
might
just-
consider joining the Adventurers Guild. You get many great adventures."
Are you guys in the Adventurers Guild?
They just said that.
I heard you guys
Yeah,
had
yes.
a mutiny not too long ago.
And I'm trying not to lie very hard because I'll tell the honest truth.
Decoth, hey, shut up.
I thought the
Mutiny?
Adventurers Guild had some issues recently.
Wasn't there some people who were wanted? And then I put the drink to my mouth in case I'm asked a direct question.
Oh, I have heard rumors of some Duncaster post number 132 adventurers. I don't believe it. No, no, I don't believe it. There's no way. Anyone that serves under Eileen has got to be a good adventurer.
Is that the
What do you
general
know of Eileen?
consensus at the Windermere chapter?
Well, it's about split with Eileen. Some people seem to think that she, what is the word? Freak lover. Yes, that's what they call her. Freak lover. But he looks up and down his scaly arms and he says, "But I can't rightly agree with that. I've got to respect anyone that brings in the misfits."
You're a freak, Mr. Wolf.
Decoth, shut up.
Tyrionius, though, she loves Eileen.
Is that your guild master?
Tyrionius, you've not heard of her. She is the guild master of the Adventurers Guild. She is known to have slain the orc village up northwest and saved many a town. She's legend. How have you not heard of Tyrionius Extacles?
I think I've heard that story before, yeah.
Yeah, come on, Sunshine. Jeez, come on.
No, it's been a minute. And I don't have a fish in front of me.
Yeah, is he back yet? Where's...
Oh. Yeah! Goal. Fish goal.
I was in a rush, so it's not wrapped up in leaves, but I did bring brought a nice big fish with me.
My beautiful magical boy.
Oh.
Wow, told you.
Wow. That's quite wonderful. It's a wintercrest trout. Fresh. Those are hard to come by. Well done, Catman.
I am pleased that you appreciate it.
Yeah, it's about time somebody appreciated your fish skills.
And have you met Locke over there? He's another one of your kind.
Yeah, we met him.
I'm excited to meet more Tabaxi, but not as much as I'm interested to hear more about you. And do you have people here too?
Oh, there are not many of us. Most try to hide their selves as much as possible. I tend to scare most people. Our origins are, well, terrifying for most people. And yeah, as you know, most of our lineage goes back to the reign of the dragons, the tyranny of the dragons, and Yeah, well, we all have heritage with dragons. What can I say? That's an unsavory thought for many people, me included. But yeah, I'm a good person. I try to be.
Seemed like a good person to me.
Yeah.
What did I miss while I was gone?
Not much. I'm trying to think without lying, so I'm pausing as Decauth. Like I'm like,
We were just talking about being adventurers in the
You're
guild.
gonna join the Adventurers Guild.
I mean, we were just hearing your stories about the Adventurers Guild. We're actually
And- in the local guild here, they believe that the current wanted group is. I'm just literally stumbling like this. Like
Yeah.
they.
Yeah.
What?
What your short friend here is trying to say
Or
is that the Adventurers Guild, while not officially denouncing the wanted status of the folks, a decent majority does not believe that those poor post-132 misfits could possibly have perpetrated such crimes, although there are those that may disagree.
no, you stand by your men. That's an honorable thing. It was definitely nice to meet you. I believe that we were actually heading out, though. Yes, group?
Yep.
Yes, we were off to see Master Red Feather. Yeah.
Yes.
The dwarf points at the bottle of Armstrong mead. You going to be drinking that?
I'm done.
You're going to be
Take it.
drinking that.
Oh, you
Nice.
are wonderful people.
If we see you again for any reason, I hope you'll remember our kindness this day.
Yes, we will.
In a really obvious way, I turn to the rest of the group and I'm like,
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I'm a little drunk.
In real life or in the game?
More in the game. I'm buzzed in real life, but I'm not keeping up enough.
GG.
Try it.
We doing
All
this?
right.
Well, Rogar, it seems like we
All
don't
right,
have time to
let's-
chat right now, but I'm glad to have met you, and I look forward to sharing the tale with my people the time that I met a dragon man.
You said tail. You have one. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
I think
You're
that's kind of
funny.
that is funny. Can I try and give him like a high five with my tail?
Yeah,
Oh. Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Successfully?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. I mean, yeah.
You made Riley roll.
It's a little
That was
different.
That was a full-on dragon.
I know it's different, but I was just double checking.
Also, I feel like I've built a little rapport with Rogar because the fish and everything. So.
Aw.
Yep. Come see me at the guild anytime. We'll discuss your membership. You will join. It will be wonderful.
I just look at my team, my friends, and I just have a big toothy grin. I'm very happy right now.
Aw. Literally, that's what
Goodbye.
Sunshine does.
Fare thee well.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cool. Let's go fuck up Master Redfeather.
Have we at any point like taken a rest since we've arrived at town? Like,
We took a rest before we got to town.
oh, okay.
There's been no funny business, so we rested before then because we took the 2 days to take.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep, got it. Got you.
Cool. All right. Let's take 5, and then we'll meet Master Redfeather.
Whoop!
I'm gonna fight him.
That the moment you see him, you're gonna be like, "For Lyra!" Bam!
Yes.
And I'll just put the map on the unconscious body. It'll be great. Here, this is yours.
The claws are coming out.
Back in 5.
Man, I have got to find out 2 things. One thing is how to get fucking air conditioning in this closet, and the other is how to get a toilet in here.
I mean, the air conditioning, a little, like roll around one could do the trick, but I don't know about the toilet, man.
So the problem with
Camping toilet,
because I have a fan, but the problem is they're so noisy, and like a little air conditioning unit's going to be really noisy.
That's true.
I just need need outside air coming in here because it gets so hot.
I wonder if you could do something with a really kind of low, kind of, like could almost squeeze under the door kind of a thing, almost like the end of a vacuum that's really, narrow. And if you had some sort of unit on the other side blowing air down some sort of piping to that, so that way the actual noise would come from the other side of the door.
So I've got drop ceiling.
Yeah, look at that.
And see, I lifted a tile there, and I'm thinking like I can go into the room next to the room in the closet and actually like get some ducting and move it in.
Yeah.
There.
That seems plausible, yeah.
Blow it in. I think it would work. And I hear my wife outside saying, no.
Stop finding ways to make your closet more hospitable. The more time you spend in there, the more problems I've got.
I don't know. I watched that video of your wife and your daughter making Rice Krispie treats, and it was the cutest thing I've seen in my whole life. So I don't think like you're gonna live in the closet. It's probably fine.
Yeah,
I mean, really cute kid making like sharing marshmallows with you.
Yeah. And closet is the video production suite too, so it's where we've got to be comfortable doing this stuff. Ugh. And I need a refrigerator too.
That would be nice.
But that would just cause more heat, probably. So
yeah, and more noise. Every time mine comes on when I'm sleeping in my room, I'm like, that's a little bit more noise right there.
Maybe just pack a cooler when you come in.
Get some of those sweet USB things. Like, I mean, it can only do 1 can at a time, but get like 30 of them.
Probably can't.
That would be insane.
Maybe I'll just show you. Oh crap! Now I've messed things up royally.
There you go. You got a little cooler. There you go.
We're on the same page. All right. Guess we're waiting for Chelsea and Ryan.
No, you're not.
Oh, we're not.
Oh, see, with the video off, we didn't know.
We
had no way.
I had to pee.
You're not the only one, dude. You're not the only one.
Oh,
he empties those bottles and then he fills those bottles. Dumb and Dumber status.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what does he fill them with?
Well,
Urine.
if I had a Decoth penis, I could fit it in there.
Bingo. Hey, it's true. I've already shared with the group that after my transformation, I fucked up the proportions. Like a thimble. It's horrible. It's like.
Said it. It's canon.
Oh, it's there. I've accepted it. I've accepted it. I've never done that, to that extreme, like 3-foot difference, and I really messed that up. See, these are the questions nobody ever asks. When somebody shape shifts, like what do they have to think about at that point? Do they have to kind of think about? Is it just what they are, and just whatever 3 feet is that just 30% smaller? Is everything 30% smaller? Do different things shift?
Everything.
Asking the real questions.
All right, we're back.
Something. Anyway.
Okay. Super. So you are in this little box here over at the Everyman's Hand, and Kieran's Curios is kind of at the next major block over. If that is where you're heading.
Yup.
That sounds like the plan. Master Redfeather. Hashtag Lyra's dead.
All right.
Hashtag the real secrets of Duncaster.
Sounds like an amazing soap.
Riley, could I have you make a perception check, please?
Sure you can. Wait. I'll mute myself. I think I muted that a lot. How's that?
Oh, yeah. All right. So you are leaving the Everyman's Hand. You were not drinking, correct?
Mhm. That's right. Someone's got to
you-
this group of clowns.
Yeah, you are making your way from the Everyman's Hand to Kieran's Curios, and you see not one but two interesting things. The first, you see a dead tree, and you glance upon the tree, and it brings you back to being in the Ghostwood Desert, because this looks like a Juboku tree. And you are now thinking, oh shit, I've seen a couple of these throughout town. And then you also see a person walking around with a mask on. And the mask sort of resembles the sign of Palor. But it is more... It's more of... It's like the face of Palor, but it's more as though it were cast into a tree. So it almost looks like a face from a Juboko tree, but on a mask. And you've seen a couple people walking around with these masks, and it does pique your interest because the Tabaxi Locke said something about the masked.
Can I just ask one of them what their lovely mask?
Do you just want to walk up and talk to one?
Yeah. First, I'm gonna let the group know that, hey, these masks
You're cutting
seem
out.
to the
I can't
trees.
hear.
Cutting out.
Oh, great. How about now?
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. I'm gonna let the group know first that, hey, these masks seem really familiar to the trees that I grew up around. Didn't someone say something about the masked or something like that?
Yeah, the masked people are connected to the House of Palor. We have to steer clear of them.
Yeah, there's definitely something weird, and I definitely recognize this type of kind of wood.
I mean, if you really want to go talk to them, but didn't we just say we want to stay away from anything connected to the House of Palor for now?
I think, yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think for now, at least, we'll check out Redfeather and then come back to this. But it's definitely familiar.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yep.
So making your way further across town a little ways, now that it's been brought to your attention, you are seeing more and more of these masked individuals. They seem to be just walking almost aimlessly. They're never with anyone else. and most of them have a black robe of some sort with silver embroidery. Not all of them, but most of them do. Some of them have wooden masks, some of them have metal masks. But there are quite a few of these people just meandering around town.
Do the masks all look the same? Are there variations in the designs?
Every mask is the same in design, but not in material.
Gotcha.
I kind of just am taking note and studying these masks pretty closely. So I kind of want to remember how they look.
Can we tell
actually,
the people who are in the masks, are they all the same race? Are they like
You
dwarves and
can't tell.
humans and okay.
They're all shapes and sizes. You can't really tell the race necessarily, but they're not all the same homogeneous size.
Okay. Okay.
So you near the area in which you believe is Kieran's place of business and home. And you see a sign dangling off the side of one building. It's a 2-story building that says Kieran's Curios.
Oh God.
I said it looks neat.
Okay.
So it looks like the main door is actually on the 2nd level. So the stairs leading up there head to the main door. And then there is no other visible door that you can see to get in.
I'm gonna grab Sunshine by her tail and just start walking up.
Yeah.
I need that.
All right, the door is closed, but there is a little sign hanging off of it that says "Open for business."
So is it? This door's not locked then, right?
The door is not locked. No, it's just closed.
We going in? Okay, I go in.
All right. Okay, heading into the building, there is as you open the door, a little jingle as a bell is rung when the door opens. You're greeted with a scent of burning herbs, possibly some sort of incense. There are strange objects, books, curiosities littering the room. It's one large room with just tons and tons of stuff, all sorts of oddities. And at the end of the room, about, we'll say it's how far? 30 feet down the way is a counter, and at the counter is a man, an elf, standing, looking at the door, wearing a white cloak with sort of a red feather shoulder piece. It's very ornate, very beautiful. He has very sharp, angular features, and he kind of looks familiar to the rest of the party and would certainly look familiar to Lyra.
Deep breath. And I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna walk up to the counter.
He makes eye contact with you and takes a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
Lyra, what are you doing in Windermere?
I'm doing a lot of things in Windermere. Apparently, I'm searching for Master Redfeather as well as a bunch of other shit.
You met Enid, didn't you?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh. Lyra, we have a lot to discuss.
Nah. We
Who are your friends here?
They're friends. They're just friends. We're here on some business, and it appears that you have now become part of that business.
He sighs a very deep sigh and bows his head, shakes his head, closes his eyes, and says, "Oh, my dear daughter, you've been wrapped up in this, haven't you?"
The world is wrapped up in this. I don't know if you've noticed, everything is falling apart. It's 1,000,000 degrees outside and it's daylight for like, I don't know, 20 hours a day. And now we're running into crazy people who are sending me to Master Redfeather, who happens to have my last name. And I want to know why.
Lyra, this is not a situation I wanted you to be involved in.
You don't really have to pretend now that you care about what I'm involved in, but you could answer my questions.
I don't expect you to believe me. I really don't. But let me just say, I've fought very hard to keep you sheltered from the realities of Auchendale.
What realities?
And I have always been a believer that ignorance is bliss, and it may not have been apparent to you, but I did want the best for you, Lyra, and whatever path you have found, whatever shit you've been reeled into, you do not want any part of it.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's an easy way out at this point. I don't know if you've noticed the wanted signs all over town.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's going on? You clearly know more than I thought you did. And we need a lot of answers.
He looks from you over to the rest of the party and again takes a deep breath and nods. Says, "Please join me downstairs. We obviously have a lot to discuss."
Okay.
He turns around and pushes a door open from directly behind him. The door leads down to a stairway and twists around once and heads into a room that is a vast library. It's just wall-to-wall books. 30 feet long, 15 feet by 30, basically. In the middle of the room is a very expensive and ornate looking couch made of looks like leather of some kind. A couple other seats, all equally as expensive looking, and a heavy wooden coffee table in the center of it all. And he motions for the party to sit. And he takes his place at the most ornate chair that looks almost like a throne. It's very intricately carved with brass studs and leather. It would be no shock to you, Lyra, but the rest of you are probably a little taken aback by the general opulence of this room.
City already blew my mind, and now the insides are doing the same. What?
So, shall I go first or shall you? What have you been wrapped up into?
Real quick, can I cast Zone of Truth?
Wait, I can't hear you.
Real quick. Hey.
You sound like you're miles away.
Yeah, is your mic on?
Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah.
Ah. Can I cast Zone of Truth on this dude? Just real quick for my homegirl?
Go for
Or
it.
at least attempt to. Since I'm the world's worst cleric. 2 seconds. Because I know you have to roll something. I think it's a wisdom.
Charisma.
It's charisma.
Shit on my dick. Okay, you want to roll a charisma saving throw?
Sure.
Ooh. Woof woof.
20.
Against my... no. Alright. I failed. I tried. My bad,
He is a
dude.
very charismatic individual.
Yeah, I figured as much.
He holds his hand up to you and says, "There's no need for trickery here. We have very serious business to discuss.
Well,
and I don't need you meddling with it with your silly parlor tricks."
forgive me if I don't find you to be the most trustworthy person, Father.
Get him.
What do you want me to say, Lyra? That I'm sorry, that I should have been there?
You're kind of a piece of shit cult leader?
Yeah, I just want you to say the truth at this point. You can say all those other things, but it won't change anything. You weren't there, and she was, and now she's gone, and this is my family now.
Lyra, I wasn't there for a very good reason.
Okay, sure. Let's hear that. If it has something to do with what is going on.
Oh, you... Sure, yes. In fact, it does. For so long, have been wrapped up in the Windermere elite, the opulence and riches that can be had in this town are really quite astounding. And yes, I was lured in by the charms of the money and the very charismatic people. And yes, I got too far into it. And I teetered on a line for a very long while. Teetered on the line of corruption. And when you stand on the line for so long, you see the truth. You see the evil. And well, I decided to step back. You see, I have met many powerful people here in town. I have many connections. I've dined with Armstrong himself. I can tell you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the House of Baylor is corrupt from the lowest ranks to the High Priest Hemingway Goranth himself. Along with Armstrong. And I can tell you that whatever's happening in Auchendale, and possibly Denora in a whole, boils down to those establishments. And, well, I've been fighting for years to stop it. And I've been fighting for years to keep you insulated from it. And it seems as though I've failed on both fronts.
It's all out. You can't keep anyone from it now.
Oh, that's very clear. And part of the reason I sent Enid, I found Enid in quite a bind. She was one of the masked. Certainly you've seen them.
Yes.
And I brought her in and tried my best to save her, but I believe she's beyond saving. Sent her on a pilgrimage to find anything she could. Well,
why is she calling you Master Redfeather?
I'm tapping Lyra in the back a little bit with that rolled up map. Kind of like.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick my hand behind my back and kind of just take it from him.
There you
he
go.
just very gracefully motions to his red feather cloak.
So there's nothing more to it. She just
Enid,
is kind of.
Enid, you see, is broken in the mind, and she's used to a certain way. And she saw the red feathers, and, well, I went by. You fight your battles, is all I can say.
Okay, and what were you hoping she'd find?
Well, particularly a book. A religious text from the end of the Age of the Dragon's reign. It was stolen from a temple here in Windermere. And, well, we hope to find it. We hoped it had answers.
I'm gonna hand him the map.
He grabs it, unrolls it, and looks at it. That was not him. Yes, this is Enid. This is what is in her mind.
This is what she gave us to give to you?
Let me look at this in greater detail. He kind of skims over it a little bit and runs his finger across. and he moves his finger over to the left of the page and says, yes, the coordinates of the moons, yes. Oh, yes, it looks like, oh dear, they seem to have found out about her.
Who is they?
Oh, the great House Palor, of course. They're the ones that mask the folks. You see, well, they've run vicious smear campaigns against any and every other faith in Windermere. And they've tried to demonize religious leaders, painting their deities as frauds or even fallen deities. And they're very well funded, but they seem to be holding conversion camps in a way where they're bringing in followers of other religions, and well, the idea is that they were to convert them to Palor, but my research has found that everyone that comes out of those camps is wearing a mask. And they are, well, you saw Enid.
They're all like her.
Yes. Well, not while they're wearing the masks. While they're wearing the masks, they're more like husks. Like empty husks of being.
Do you know what they're doing?
I have my theories.
Did you want to share them?
Well, you'll think I'm crazy.
I don't know if I will think anything is crazy at this point. It seems to me the entire world is falling apart in front of me. So
it's just falling apart behind you as well. Everything I've researched has said that Nerul, you know, the god of darkness and death, evil and trickery, his throne in the Pantheon has been usurped by the Raven Queen.
Oh.
And I don't know when this happened, but what I understand is this threw off the balance among the Pantheon, which allowed some outside force to capitalize on the situation. And whatever that force may be, has corrupted Palor, has killed Palor, has done something, I don't know, but that is what has got us to this situation, where the greatest and most powerful religion in Auchendale seems to be building an army. I don't know what the army is going to do, but, well, that's what I know. Well,
so this has to do, the gods are at war.
That's what I've heard. I have a friend, Hojon Guffer. Surely you've heard of him. He has his ears and his hands all over the country, and this is what he's heard.
The Raven Queen has unseated who? This is Maggie asking. No.
Nerull. Nerull.
Okay. That's something.
Just keeps getting more and more crazy.
This is. I don't even know where to begin with this. I don't understand any of this. What I know is that we are wanted. We have business in this city, and we need to do that business without being seen.
All of a sudden, from upstairs, you hear banging on the door.
Shit.
And you hear muffled shouting.
What's that?
Stay here. He kind of fixes his hair a little bit and straightens his cloak and moves up the stairs.
And try to listen as closely as possible to whatever exchange is about to happen.
Yeah, can anybody stealth? It's not me. I'm real clanky.
Oh, I totally could.
Yeah, maybe you can get in a little bit, and I'm just going to try to be perceptive as fuck.
I'm gonna not move as to not make any noise.
Continue holding on to my tail, please. Thank you.
Miles away, miles away.
So
Yeah.
he makes his way to the front door.
I'm gonna stealth and follow.
Okay,
Wait, now,
stealth away.
Are we? Remind me again. Are we like down in like the basement, or
It's actually
and
the
this is
first
up,
level.
like- okay.
It's the first level, but the main level is the second.
Nice.
All right, 19.
Gail,
So,
Oh, there you go.
Gail, you're going to be able to kind of make yourself hidden. Kieran makes his way to the front door and opens it up slightly. And how close are you getting, Gail?
I gotta move this map out of the way. I'm actually going to. Is there like? I'd say I'm thinking like maybe this corner if there's anything, if any kind of shadow or obstruction. I don't know.
Yep, you can certainly get hidden there.
All right.
And so what you see is Kieran talking to a heavily armored individual. His armor is like a matte black. He's got a very like a heavy mask on. It's a helmet, but it's got a mask, but it's almost in the shape of a human face. It's not just like a mask in terms of armor.
Oh, hat.
It looks different than what we saw the mask wearing earlier.
Yes, yeah. And then like large ornate feathers coming from the top of his helmet, and he's holding a large large glaive.
Let me know if I am needed. I'm gonna throw this bad boy up.
Okay.
And he says, Kieran Elderwin, you are holding fugitives of the Viscount. Let us in immediately. And you hear you hear Kieran deny vehemently that he is holding anyone hostage or in he is harboring any fugitives. He shoots a quick glance over towards you, Gale. And you feel in your mind a message. And he says, "Take my daughter and your friends and run. There's a secret door on the west end of the room behind a bookcase. Run." And he starts to talk to the guy at the door, clearly stalling.
Okay. I will sneak along back through the door to head down, and I will relay that message to the group. I'll whisper very quickly and then look to Lyra and ask what if that. I think he's trying to buy us time and that we should head out. If that's going to be okay with you.
I don't think we have a choice. It's that or we go to jail, and we'll probably get him in trouble too if they find us here.
Let's get out of here.
So we're going to follow those instructions.
Nope.
All right. So you find a bookcase, and the bookcase has no discernible way to find a door. You will find it. It's a matter of time. So everyone roll perception.
While this is going on, I have a thought just in case. I'm going to go back to that door at the back that I went down. And I'm going to use it. I want to cast Minor Illusion. And I just kind of want to cover up the door and make it look like it's a smooth wall. It's only going to last a minute, but it might buy us a little time.
Nice. Right.
So let's see here, and then perception.
Jakath, did you have a roll?
Oh, there we go. Weak.
All right. So it takes you about but you eventually find it. By the time you find the lever, which is a kind of a golden embossed book that actually on the spine of it just says Lyra on it. It acts as a lever. You start to hear shouting up above and heavy footsteps, and as though there is now kind of a ruckus going on upstairs.
Oh, God.
The bookshelf slides over to the side and opens up to the street.
Bring the ruckus, play softly in the background.
As you
God.
look out of the door, you see a large group of armed guards standing watch outside of the house.
Oh dear.
And they all appear to be on very vigilant and on the lookout.
So, like, if we come out of the house, they're gonna see us.
Unless you're super stealthy.
Careful as fuck.
Okay.
I mean, it might cause them some alarm, but if it's like, well, yeah, I guess we could try and stealth first, and then
Boom! Pass without trace.
Oh, that's good. That would
there we
help.
go.
So we'll stealth.
That's a great idea.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah. Seeing that shit, knowing we got our heavy armored lady here, yes, absolutely.
That is a nice idea.
So are we all stealthing?
Yep.
Yeah, we have +10 to stealth checks.
Everybody, stealth.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so you
It's
need to beat a
average.
15. Just don't get under a 15.
Well, shit.
Oh god, you gotta turn off advantage, but that first number should have been the
no.
one that matters, right?
No, she rolls at disadvantage.
I'm at disadvantage.
So that's still an 11, but that's not a 15, so your
No,
jangle.
It's a,
Do I even need to roll?
yeah.
Well, and remember, we're all getting a +10 right now for stealth.
Yeah. So Maggie's still an
But
11.
But like
But-
a natural one is still a natural one.
Yeah.
Natural
Oh, yeah.
one's not great.
Do you have an inspiration point or anything?
Anything? Literally anything?
No, straight up. Do you have a cue?
Literally.
I don't have a cue ready.
Make one up on the spot.
Make one up on the spot. I don't care.
Okay. Sure. Being with my father right now and hearing him talk about all of this time he's been trying to protect me does kind of have my mind going back to the very few times that I've spent with him. And there was one time that he actually came and played with me and we played hide and seek. And that's what I'm thinking of right now, trying to be stealthy.
Whew.
Nice.
So do I roll that at disadvantage again?
You'll
try
just
again.
roll. You'll just roll, not at disadvantage,
Okay.
and really hope for not another one.
Oh, yeah, 29 with that +10. Crushed it.
Nice.
Baby girl.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Scared all of us.
All right, so which direction are you heading? You can head north, obviously, or you can kind of head around the cart that is ahead of you and around them.
Oh, I don't have any idea.
So getting closer to them is probably not ideal.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
want to
would
get
think go
away
in the
from
exact
them.
Opposite direction.
Sounds to me like we need to get back to our friend at the Thieves Guild and see if he can help us disappear.
I'm wondering how these people knew. I don't know if we're being tailed or not. It's almost wonder while we're stealthed instead of running away. Maybe we should hang out and see if we can hear more.
I'm hoping that I can get back to talking to my father at some point.
Yeah. I think for
And
the safety
he'll
of the
tell
group,
us.
the majority should try to move out of range to somewhere safe, but absolutely, I mean, one or two could stay behind whom. I know you're good at stealth. So yeah.
Gale, as you are leaving, you have another message in your head that says, seek out the Brotherhood of Iramar. They will give you respite until things cool down.
Brotherhood of Iramar.
Well, sounds like we can move on then and keep within my pass without trace.
Yeah, my ears kind of prick up at that, and I signal to the others that I'm not going to stay. We should move out of earshot of what's going on here. Hearing that plan, those instructions, made me think we should go ahead and do that.
Sure.
Yeah, do that. Let's do
I'm
that.
totally down with
Stealthing
that.
away.
All right. So as you make your way away from Kieran's curios, the contingent of armed guards all shuffle in to the into Lyra's dad's house, and the sound of struggle and screaming and yelling kind of fades off into the distance. But you know that something was going down.
And as soon as we've put enough distance that I feel like they're not going to hear us, I share with the group the last message I received from Lyra's father that we should seek out. It was the Iramar Brotherhood of Iramar.
Brotherhood of Iramar.
Iramar.
Do any of us have any idea what that is?
You can roll a history check.
Sure.
So, Maggie, you have heard of the Brotherhood of Iramar, and you think that it was from some interaction with your father back in the past, but you just kind of figured it was some rich person's,
club
group that he belonged to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so are we like ducked off in an alley or anywhere like that we can safely try and reconvene?
Yeah, you can make your way off somewhere and reconvene.
I don't know what the Brotherhood of Iramar is. What I don't even, how did they find us?
That's kind of my concern right now. It's like whichever direction we try and go next. If I didn't know that we were being followed, how they found us there. So
yeah, our presence is already known, and we've been in the city like what, an hour at this point.
That's why I feel like if going to find this brotherhood might be our best bet to let the situation cool off here.
Well, at least 2 of our items turned into 1, so we technically are getting through our list.
Yeah, at this point, anything that keeps us off the streets.
Yeah.
How do we find this Brotherhood without asking people and putting ourselves out there?
Well, we have a few people that we can kind of trust, like Locke, and back in the dregs, we could technically trust Bell. Well, we could possibly trust Belfan then. He's one of the guy. He's the guy from the dregs we gave money.
Yeah.
Right. He's going to be our best bet as to who we can trust.
I'd say let's see if we can ask for more information from him. Yeah.
I mean, how do we know that he didn't turn us in for the money? I wouldn't blame him. He's never even considered having that kind of money.
Yeah, but him being from the dregs, he never would have seen that money, especially in a city as big as Windermere.
I did like that he kind of made mention of that when he was talking to us. Is the whole idea of like they would never have paid me the money for seeing you guys anyway. So like he knew he would have ended up dead or in a cell for even reporting us.
So we make our way all the way back out of the city to find him?
We're not
Well, listen to
far
the
in.
dregs
The
and
money
maybe
that we
ask him
gave
to meet
him.
him.
I mean,
I mean,
I could, if you want to try and hide here. I don't know. I don't know that anywhere is really safe. It's like I could zip back and try and find, but I think probably until we locate the Brotherhood, like moving is probably safer than staying still in one spot.
Yeah, I agree. But just keep in mind that every time I move, I make a lot of noise.
Well, I still got Pass Without a Trace going. I'm concentrating on it for up to an hour, so we're really still pretty
Stop rolling
sneaky
once.
everywhere. You know? It's pretty good.
Okay.
Then let's head back to that Hero's Gate and see if we can track down our contact.
I like that we came into the city and now we're just like same path back. Well, more or less.
Well, we should maybe take a different path back.
Maybe cut along that
that's
south
true.
path, running along the wall.
Yeah, I think taking it
We're close to the South Gate.
Yeah.
different.
I mean, hell, technically we could pop out the south gate, and then that's technically the part of the dregs too, I believe, and start cutting east.
Yeah,
I'm
do
sure.
that.
I'm sure Belfan can come to us if we let word be known that we're looking for him.
Oh, I don't like the idea of letting word be known anything now.
Fair, but it can't get too much worse, right?
I hope not.
And if it
Do you
does, at
think
least
we're
we'll
gonna-
be
And I mean, there
outside.
comes a point.
Okay, let's
with
go.
this.
I like that plan. Different exit.
Yeah, and then let's announce to the world that we're here and we're looking for Belfan. Just as Lyra wants us to do. Just shout from the rooftops.
Yell it from the roofs.
Man, I can't wait to get level 8 and I can actually be a bird.
That would be super helpful.
Or
Right?
if
I
we
can
just had a
swim right
bird.
now. Whoopee!
You know, we had one of those players, but
I could be a fish, but then Gale might accidentally catch me and give me to somebody. I gotta be careful with that shit.
fish. Can't see anything in their glass, glassy eyes.
All right.
So it sounds like we proceed outside of the south gate, look for maybe some less than reputable looking people,
But
and mention that we're looking for Belfan, and we
all
have a
the
message
while,
for him.
like, I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for anything that reminds me of something that I would know about the Brotherhood or any hint to it.
Oh yeah, keep vigilant, and I'm gonna continue to keep up that pass that trace at least until an hour passes from when we escaped the building.
Real quick, I want to point out, Sunshine the whole time, like after we escaped. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can.
Yep.
Okay. I'm scared.
Well, not now.
Nope.
We could hear you, and then you froze up. That was the main thing. We could hear you, and then you froze up.
The whole time after we escaped, Sunshine has been like very steady in prayer, like praying for Lyra's dad. That's just what she's been doing.
That's nice.
Yeah, she's like aware of what's going on and she's just following, but she's just steady in prayer, like making sure that like he's gonna be at least semi-okay.
Yeah, Lyra has been fighting the urge to go back.
Sunshine onto Lyra's hand with her tail, but she's also been heavy in like concentrated prayer. That's what Sunshine's been up to.
Okay, let's move, people.
All right. So as you are moving, there are more of those street signs, and one of them, in fact, does point to the Brotherhood of Irmar, which points up this road here.
Oh,
It's
so we
pointing
could
that
just looked at the
direction.
sign.
I
have
saw
a
that sign as
feeling
we were
it's
walking.
north, guys.
Okay.
All right, let's.
So we head that direction. Stealthy.
Yeah, if there's a sign, we'll keep following the signs.
Just going down the street, very stealthy as fuck.
All right, so if you're making your way this way,
Oh, just getting closer and closer to the heavily guarded part of town, huh?
Are we walking fast?
Wait, where are we?
so you were over here, and then you were going to head over towards the south gate, but you saw a sign that's pointing you up north on this main thoroughfare. As you make your way further north, the buildings get nicer and nicer. The paving on the road gets nicer. It's more like brick pavers. You've got nice kept up shrubbery, things like that. One of the signs again points this way, north to the Brotherhood of Irmar. It also points towards the Lethal Chamber and the Noble District, as well as Strong Arm Stronghold. So a lot of arrows pointing up that way. Arrows pointing west, Monger's Alley, the Wintercrest River, and the Orbach Forest.
I mean, we're going to keep following the signs for the Brotherhood, right? Did we see one pointing us?
I mean, we're getting closer, but we're also getting closer to everything.
I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, so you're about like right here. As you make your way a little farther north, you start to hear a bit of a kerfuffle. You're hearing people kind of masses of people rushing towards this area here. And you hear things like, she's here, her elegance, she's at the plaza. And there are literally hundreds of people running almost full sprint towards that area.
Well, we want to stay away from those.
There's a sign. Now that you're at this corner here, pointing towards this direction for the Brotherhood of Irmar, kind of northwest.
Well, as long as people are distracted looking over here, it's like we should probably go back up and make our way to the Brotherhood.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, use it as a distraction, huh?
Yep.
Go ahead and everyone roll perception.
So perceptive.
No.
Semi-perceptive.
Yeah, so
I'm super distracted.
More distracted than
clearly, Dekoth, what you see is the group of people, the mass of people, converging on a point a few hundred feet ahead of you, and they seem to be converging on a procession of black-robed figures. It's several, maybe a dozen people on either side, so it's 2 columns of black-robed figures proceeding north. And in the middle of the procession, there is a woman with long, flowing silver hair, and very elaborate and intricate, ornate robes flowing. And it seems to you, from where you stand, that she is literally walking on air in the middle of these 2 rows of people. And that is what everyone is rushing towards.
Would I have any reason to suspect who this person might be? Or is this probably out of my wheelhouse of knowledge?
You would assume, based on what people were shouting, is that it is Her Elegance. Whatever that means.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I'll relay that to the rest of the group. Just like, yeah, they seem really caught up with this person walking in between these rows of, people clad in black robes. She seems to literally be walking on air, and they're referring to her as her elegance. Is this anything familiar based on anything you guys know?
It's probably a spell. I can walk on water.
Me too.
Well, I can turn into a chipmunk, but that doesn't help us with who this person is.
Well, obviously it's not important.
I mean, we are using it as a distraction, so we might as well kind of head on our way. But it is very curious. Okay, I'll still seem kind of caught up in watching, but moving along with the group, kind of like, who is this person?
Yeah.
All right. So as you make your way into the block where the sign is pointing you towards the Brotherhood of Irmar, you are greeted with almost empty streets, which you have not seen since you arrived in Windermere. It appears that anyone who caught word of Her Elegance has rushed to go see her. But north of you, you see a very impressive compound, sort of elevated from the rest of the town. And so it's elevated on one side, and then there's heavy stone walls on the other. There seems to be a small creek or river running through the building itself. And
excellent.
That appears to be the Temple of Irmar.
Oh, I totally didn't spell Irmar correct at all.
If this is where we're going to find the people, then I guess.
Let's, go in.
Yeah, very, very weary watching.
So
every direction.
You find yourselves on a path that is below the building itself. So kind of running across the map here is a cliffside that's pretty tall. Be probably 20 feet high. The path that you're on leads through more market area, and then a bridge at the end of it. And on the right side of the bridge is a nice waterfall. You hear the splashing of water. And you actually smell like the crackling. You smell wood burning as though it were a fire pit somewhere close to you. So you're not quite sure how you would get up the cliff or necessarily around it to get into the actual entrance of the keep.
Oh, there's no other. We don't see any other way in.
At least from the direction you came, no.
Jesus. Okay. I mean, we wouldn't really know any better, but based on looking at where we're at, it seems like the west is like water and some other stuff. So maybe start heading around the east side of it then.
So you can you can see the entrance is just north of you, but it's up on the cliff.
Oh yeah, those are some actual like cliffy good stuff. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably climb that cliff. I presume we could, and then
I could definitely jump up the cliff.
Yeah, I mean it's 20 feet, so you could certainly try climbing it or jumping it.
Well, Riley could probably jump right up there, huh? Just like.
And there's definitely no other entrance. We don't see any like secret entrance or weird path or person.
Not from where you're standing. You do see a waterfall coming out of the building itself, which could possibly be an entrance.
Good to go full blown salmon and just right up that shit.
yeah.
Oh God.
That's where the fish comes in handy, actually.
I'm not gonna do that, but I kind of want to do that.
The other option would be to go around, but you would
draw attention to ourselves.
You would probably.
And I feel like we want to
bring you freaking out about her elegance.
I say we kind of want to do this quickly. I think while the distraction is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that distraction is still happening, let's just move around and get to it.
So you came in from down below. You would have to come in from the north there.
So we'd have to go all the way around.
Yeah. I mean, I think I have a rope with me, so if Riley wants to jump up there, give her the rope, and that could help us all climb up.
Have some rope. Maybe
we all have rope.
I think we definitely all have rope. I mean, yeah, I'll just jump up the cliff, and then we have at least 20 feet of rope. Probably way more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got plenty of rope if we want to go right up this.
So let's go that route. So are we going to the east? Never east. Yeah, east.
Like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I know what directions are. Promise. Yeah, I'll just use one of my jumps and jump up the cliff. How's about that?
Totally.
That works for me. All right, and the rest of you roll athletics with advantage to see how you do making it up the rope.
Because I am your anchor.
I mean, I have a climb speed of 20, so do I still need to roll?
No, you're fine.
All right.
You're a big, strong kitty, which means Chelsea probably doesn't either, huh?
Well, I'm a little tiny 4'8" person, you know, so tiny. But I think I can manage with a 15.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
All right. You make it up.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
It is precisely what we all say in unison at the top. Just huzzah.
So you are now standing at large stone walls
we climb the cliff.
But there's a path through, right?
And there's a path leading through. It's not closed off. The path leads to a stairway that leads to a large metal, intricately carved. Well, not carved, but like forged door. It's very impressive. Everything about this building is rich and opulent looking, including the grounds. Like everything else around is sort of brown and not great looking, but as you enter into the grounds within the walls, everything's green and lush and beautiful.
So it kind of seems like an organization that my father would be connected to.
Yeah, and given the fact that we've already been, people have already found out we're here despite our disguises and stuff, I would rather be in there than out here at this point.
I agree.
So
as we approach, I'm going to go ahead and, in case they've got people watching, I was thinking I could do minor illusion again and give Lyra the appearance that she's wearing a red feathery shoulder piece like her father was wearing.
Nice.
Nice.
Have we seen very many animals in this town so far? Cats, dogs, anything like that?
There's the occasional, alley cat and street hound.
Cool. I don't think a cat would take much attention, though it'll probably throw off our tabaxi friends. Before we leave out of this little area, I'll wild shape into a cat and just casually walk near and around the building and kind of stroll in at the same time as Lyra in her illusion setup.
yeah, I mean, let's just. I'm gonna walk right up to the door because I'm ready to get inside.
All right. The door is open. It's heavy and kind of cool to the touch. But it swings open and it opens up to a large sort of atrium. And there are several men and women standing around conversing in sort of copper and green robes. They all have the same sort of robe, but it's like green with copper embroidery and trim.
Does anybody notice us walk in?
A couple people turn and look. But they don't seem to care that someone just walked in.
Okay. I have no idea what to do now.
Did everybody else come in at the same time too? Did anybody kind of specify what they're doing, or they just walked in as well?
I'm just gonna say fuck it. If we got told that we are good here, then I was just gonna walk in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna kind of follow Lyra in.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Cool.
If they're
I'm
not-
just staying a cat for now.
I was gonna say, Dakath, you're just a cat walking with a couple tabaxi.
Just not staying close to the group. I want to seem like just a stray cat, just doing its thing. So maybe I find a little kind of like alcovey spot, jump up in it, lay there. Maybe try to find another cat to stroke its tail with my tail, because apparently that's what I think cats do. Weird.
At least I
Looks
didn't
like
start
Chelsea.
bathing him.
Did something. Yeah. I try to play a dice game with him, another stray cat, but he doesn't seem to be interested. I'm very confused right now. No, but yeah, I try to act as much like a stray cat as I can. I'm not near the group, but I'm keeping an eye on the group, watching other people. I don't want to bring any attention to myself.
There wasn't anyone in particular we were looking for, right? They just told us to come here.
It was the brothers of this place, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we just got to talk to one of them. You know, somebody,
Yep.
somebody
So
engaged.
yeah, can I look for like what seems to be somebody in charge, maybe?
In the main room that you're in right now, there doesn't appear to be anyone that looks any more important than the other. They all look like important rich people.
I hate rich people.
Sort of like if you imagine, if you're familiar with golf, like they're all wearing the Augusta jacket that they've gotten by being rich, and they're all smoking pipes and drinking fine liqueurs.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna kind of just mumble and be like, "No, of course, yeah, this seems right. Fine. I'm just gonna walk up to somebody.
Well, hello, lady. What are
Hi.
you
Yeah.
doing here?
I was sent by Kieran Elderwin. I'm looking for someone in charge.
Oh, you are very important if you're speaking with Kieran. Very well. Yes, you'll want to speak with Spistus Baronum. He can be found in the treasury. Just head down this way and make sure you clean up a bit. We don't like you being...
Yeah.
You stink.
Got it.
Thanks.
I'm gonna lean over to Sunshine and Sniffer, be like, "Me or you, or
It's
both of us?"
probably me.
Quite rude.
You're a cat.
I know.
You're an evil.
I'm thinking it. I have my leg outstretched and I'm licking it vigorously.
So yeah, he points you up towards another set of ornate doors. These ones even bigger, even grander. That he says is the treasury, where you can find this guy.
Okay, my father did make sure that I went to good schools and had some quote unquote training. So I'm gonna try and compose myself and behave in the way that rich people do as I walk to that door.
I let her pet me as like a relaxant.
Like, just try and act like me, I guess. Ugh.
I'm not gonna talk. I'm rude. I'm here for your moral support.
Yes, you are. Okay, well, let's, I hate rich people. Okay.
Some breathing.
So you push the door open, and the room that the door opens up to is literally gilded. The whole room is gold from floor to ceiling. There is nothing else in the room. It is literally just a gold room.
We've been walking for days and sleeping outside. We're like literal trash right now, walking into this gold room. Just.
And
we are literal garbage cans.
And there's a man standing in the center of the room, looking straight up. His eyes are rolled in the back of his head. His palms are kind of outstretched, facing forward, and it's just a dude in a trance in the middle of a golden room.
Is he on ecstasy?
Neat.
He's not saying anything. Your footsteps are echoing.
I mean,
cough or I will.
I mean, I'm just gonna move around. I make a lot of clanky noise.
That's fair.
Making noise.
Is licking himself.
You can walk around and make as much noise as you want. This guy is.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to him, and I'm just kind of gonna poke him with my mace.
Even I, as a cat, I'm sitting there trying to be a cat, and I'm like,
Gently. Did it gently. Say it, but that's what he did.
We don't have time for this. I need him to be alert.
wonderful. I love it.
His eyes come from the back of his head and look forward. He moves his head down to look at the mace that is poking him. And he looks back up at you, Lyra, and he says, "What is the meaning of this? How dare you? How dare you interrupt the meditation of Irma?"
Just fine. I'm fine.
Kermit, is that you?
With the Iramar.
Yeah, no, so sorry, totally sorry. Very rude, very poor and horrible, trashy people. Just real quick. My name is Lyra Elderwin. I was sent here by my father to find you.
His eyes go wide. What do you mean? Kieran sent you.
I mean, he sent me here to find you. We need
When?
just now. 10 minutes ago? 5 minutes ago?
Yes. Oh, yes. Well, he says, yes, come. He motions for you, and he starts shuffling across the room towards a wall that has nothing but a bunch of gold on it. It's just a gold wall. He says, come, please, quickly. And he presses his palm against the wall, and a door appears. It just kind of unfolds from itself, and he steps to the side and motions to the door. You need to go in there.
Okay. I kind of turn and I look at the rest of my group, and then I'm just gonna turn around and walk in. I don't know.
You walk through the door, and as you look into the room, it is yet another solid gold room, almost identical to the last one. And standing in the middle of this room is a man in a white robe with red feathers adorning it. He moves his head down from his trance, looks at you, Lyra, and smiles. And it is your father.
The fuck? What?
Whoa.
And we will call it there.
Dude
Who
gets
is it?
around!
What?
Whoa.
What? Nice, Mike. Nice. Once again, ending us on a note where we're like, fuck! And we gotta wait 2 weeks.
Oh boy.
I'm so mad
That
right
was
now. I want to
unexpected.
vomit.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition or Lyra's dad.
Ah,
Those go together, apparently. Holy shit.
That was awesome.
goddamn.
I'm so fucking mad right now.
Because we have to wait 2 weeks.
Uh,
Well
I've got to
done.
leave you guys pissed off
Me
at
too.
the end of every session.
Oh
You're
yeah,
gonna get pissed.
it adds to the
Goals.
the gravitas here of just this situation. Oh, that's great.
I think especially after this session where the first X card was used.
Yeah, by the DM.
By the DM.
That was so funny. I remember looking specifically, I'm like, wait a second, let me see. Over each name, it's held on the left. Which one is motherfucker? It's Mike. Oh my god, it's so good. Well, I feel like I always jump on some of the best ones right away. So anybody want to go with gratitude first? Because I've done it the last 2 times where I jump in and I want to leave some of the cool stuff.
I'm gonna gratitude.
This whole episode was her backstory.
I'm not getting
I
any
fucking
of
love
it.
that
Yeah.
shit.
Based on context, I'm assuming it's for Lyra. Something to do with her backstory, and I'm not trying to be a dick. You just
No.
you keep freaking up.
Can you, Ryan? Are you muted?
Ryan, are you muted? No, you're not.
Oh, I thought it was.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine goes to Lyra. Because this was all about backstory, and I eat that shit up. I love backstory.
Yeah, that was fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that was really great role play while that whole conversation with your father. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna give mine to Mike for setting that up so well. It was a lot of fun to play, and I'm still like, what the shit is going on?
Did you have any idea coming into the session that he was gonna did you know about this whole your dad thing being in Windermere and that it would happen, or was it kind of out of nowhere for you?
I mean, I was literally listening to the last session today, and I was like, what? That's my dad's name.
Oh shit!
Oh,
That's so cool.
I was like,
Ah.
I was like, I can't believe you dropped my dad's name. I'm not even there.
That's so awesome. We just during our session we just thought it was just some name of some dude we had to meet in
Yeah.
Windermere. It's so cool that for you heard that and went, wait a second, that means something to me. That is so cool.
That's
Yeah, it was
fucking awesome.
Oh, that makes that so much more epic. That's wonderful.
that I've got mine's gonna also go to Mike because the other awesome thing that I liked it was like a little thing, but just like the fact that you had to backseat tarot dice, like you had a game ready to go. It was just like that was above and beyond. It's just like a totally unexpected little detail, but
That was funny.
yeah, so cool.
Dude, Mike, I gotta ask because I remember when you threw that out there, I suddenly was playing it backwards and I was like, wait a second, like, would you have found a way to bring up that we were being watched across the room? Because right before that I had said, did we just kind of get anybody's attention by buying this grandiose alcohol? And then it just went down that path. Like, I assume you were planning to somehow feed that into the situation, or did you just have it ready in case?
I didn't really have it ready. But the fact that you bought the most expensive thing on the menu, and the fact that this was kind of the bar that the everyman goes to, that kind of raises a flag, and it was something that I had in my mind that could happen. Not necessarily going by the most expensive thing on the menu, but you know, there are several things that you could do that could trigger someone to take notice.
Like I had to know
Dragonborn.
because I'll be trying the DM thing for the first time, and I'm just like, dude, that was legit having that up your sleeve. And yeah, exactly, like the whole Dragonborn thing, that easily could have turned into the same situation of bringing unwanted attention to us.
So
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't get into a fight at that bar.
And mine, I think, goes to Gale for finally finding a way to use his fish catching abilities.
Absolutely. You really impressed that
Yeah.
Dragonkin. Well done.
Yep.
He ate that shit up, as they say.
Mine will go to Sunshine for the whole role playing with Locke. It was really fun, really entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Stuff. It was awesome.
Oh, that was really good.
And for making the clutch roll on Tabaxi Tarot dice too.
Oh my god, yeah.
Crushing it.
Yeah, that could have gone totally differently.
First try.
I was way more drunk at the beginning of this.
It's true.
Well, you know, good fantasy. You know, just it sobers you up because it's just so real. You know, it's just so raw.
Shut up, Matt.
It's intense.
Exactly.
Other things, other words.
Matt just
You guys took a lot of the best stuff, which excellent, because I was thinking that across the board. I was always thinking how much just near the end I enjoyed the poke with the mace, but I must say, overall, I really enjoyed just like, I don't think I could give it to one person specifically, is that it was a really cool, engaging, like we entered this town and we kind of kept this in the back of our mind of how we're technically wanted. We had disguised ourselves before. We stayed off the hero's path because it was just the most centrally traveled. I really just enjoyed how much it seemed like we all collectively role-played the idea of a band of potentially wanted people in this crazy city, and that explored this entire other angle where we went off to find this, you know, the everyman tavern kind of place, and you know, like dealing with the situations that we came across. This was all based in this idea of how we collectively role played this. So it's no one person. It's just really cool to see that we all seem to be just on the same page with that.
I love that we came in with that on our mind and we still got busted.
Yeah. And then we snuck away successfully, but yeah, I can't believe people know we're here anyway, despite all the disguises and all that shit. But I guess it was bound to happen. It's a pretty intense city, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, close enough.
It's probably Marcus's fault.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Let's just blame him.
Probably.
He was
There you
playing his
go.
flute, and they're like, "Oh, is that the flute guy who's with that group of assholes?"
This guy again.
And they just said, "Fuck it, it's got to be those guys," despite
Or,
the
I mean-
dude that's not tall and everything.
Have you seen Smatters?
Oh.
Jam.
That
Smatters is
beautiful
gorgeous.
horse.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
That golden sheen.
That golden sheen.
Really
So good.
is. But yeah, it was a really, really cool session for me. Because there was so much cool role playing going on, and there was no battle at all. Which that might be the first one we've had no battle at all.
I don't think so.
I feel like
maybe
we've had one other that we had none.
Or was the farm? Was
I
there a
think
session
so.
at the farm?
Yeah,
where
the
there was
farm
no
we
battle?
technically didn't
didn't-
battle anybody because we showed up and then we dealt with the whole situation. We never fought. You ended us in a moment where we thought we might fight.
Mhm, yeah.
Next week it was
I broke a couple wagon wheels that game though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
but
She fought a wagon.
for me, like those two are two of like my most memorable sessions. And so I appreciate you going along with it, even though I know that combat is fun.
It is
We're
fun,
not
but
murder hobos.
they are a little more memorable than when you don't have any battles. You just spend the whole time.
Well, and it gives opportunities to like I don't, when we're doing battles, I don't think about using like some like my illusion cantrips at all. So it's there's different skills you can try in different
True.
situations.
It's kind of fun because then it also like you don't role play as hard in a battle as well. So
Right.
outside of battle, you get to think more about, you know, how would my player approach this? Like me in the bar with the hole not being able to lie, and I'm like,
Yeah, that was
Kalth is
hilarious.
smart enough to know
That
that
was
he
really
shouldn't
funny.
bust chuck us, but it's like, I'm not gonna lie, but I love that
The
flaw.
struggle
It's
was real.
fun. Yeah. And I love that at one point I'm stumbling and I'm like, no, I'm honestly doing this, guys. And then I think it was, I don't know, Lyra jumped in. It's kind of like, let me cover this. Let me talk to you guys now, which was great. Saved my bacon. Saved a Kalth's bacon.
Oh, man.
I think y'all are just the bee's knees.
Cat's pajamas, bee's knees, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, awesome. I'm going to stop the broadcast.